What's good in the neighborhood? Danny and I were laughing to ourselves because I said, "Oh shoot, it's 9:30. We gotta go live. Let me hit go live, and then we'll give it a couple minutes so people can see the starting soon screen." And you all just left our room and just switched over here, and I was like, "Oh, I guess give it a couple minutes means something different in each of your cultures." That
I was switching my headphones because of the issues I was having in Discord.
Yeah, sure. I'll play the culture card. In my culture, I just ignore stuff you say.
Oh, sure, for sure.
That's my way of respecting people.
For sure.
There you go.
Sure.
Yeah.
That would be an entire culture that's just like, whatever Justin says, screw him.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I couldn't hear, and then I saw Steve disappear, and I was like, "Oh, I guess it's time." And just
All right, okay, go time.
Guys, follow me off this cliff. Let's go.
Yeah, the truth for me is just that I heard you say, "Let's hang out for a couple minutes," as I was clicking end call, and I was like, "I'm not going back in there."
You're like, it's too late now.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's on fast.
I've made my decision.
I'm not just hanging out a couple minutes. Who do you think you are? The
Oh
GM?
my goodness. Oh my goodness. Very funny. Very funny. So we it wasn't technically a one shot for this group, even though a lot of these people were in the one shot. But we played Cyberpunk CBR plus PNK the other day, so I've been in like a cyberpunky sci-fi mood. I've been wondering if you all could get a Steve just disappeared like a bad elevator bit.
Bad elevator.
He just kind of like looked at the camera, but was like slowly going down as you looked at the camera. If you were in a sci-fi world, what sort of sci-fi augmentation would be the first thing that you get? Like you as a person.
Oof.
self-destruct button.
Because of the repeat use value, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
You know me better than that, Steve.
I think all I would do would just cut out the way my brain is wired, so I wouldn't experience stress or anxiety anymore.
Oh, become a sociopath.
Yes.
Hang on a second. Not experiencing stress or anxiety does not make him a sociopath.
It's true by definition, but I feel like it's pretty close.
Oh,
It
maybe
might.
I think I just
It
Might lead
might.
there.
It
Yeah,
might
yeah,
on,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
on a stretch. I will give you the stretch of
Okay.
inducing narcissism.
Oh,
Making
okay,
it
all
a
right.
sociopath
Sure.
is a
I'll-
wild swing.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'll back off. Not sociopathy. Certainly narcissism. Though.
There you go.
self-induced narcissism.
Self-induced narcissism. I relent. You are right. Sociopath is just the first word that came to my head. But you're right. There's a spectrum. You gotta advance in levels, fill your clock, to get to the next level of
Yeah,
Narcissism?
egoism,
Sociopathy.
egomania.
egomania.
If the I don't know if the sky's the limit here or like what the
It
range
is.
of plausibility is.
No,
but, like,
it's
I mean, it would be pretty cool to just like speed up processing a ton, which could correspond to like analysis of situations and snap judgments, but also like would lead to like faster reflexes, that sort of thing. That could be really cool. It's probably
that's
a
fun.
complex
fun.
augment, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like
My
Sad
actual
episode.
answer, I would not actually want a self-destruct button, but
You don't say.
since the first time, I mean, there's a part of me that would. There's a very sad all the time part of me that would. But
Tony.
there's more realistically, my real answer is ever since I saw iRobot for the first time, and Will Smith's character had the robot arm that was like super strong compared to the rest of his body. I always thought like I would just get like replace all of my limbs with super strong limbs, and then at that point might as well just go full like
Just cyborg.
like yeah, like full General Grievous, like put my whatever organs are absolutely necessary into a robot body, but like get rid of everything like flesh that I don't absolutely need to keep.
And you would be smart enough, Johnny, to design your exoskeleton suit better than Grievous did, so that someone can't just go like this and open it up a little bit.
Yeah,
and shoot you in the organs.
I think Johnny would put like a gun behind that, so if someone tried to do that, it would just shoot them.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I would actually probably do?
Defense.
Do you guys watch? Do you guys watch Invincible?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If I'm going that far, if I'm going like full General Grievous, I'd probably do what Robot does in season 1 of Invincible, and just like have my organs in a very secret place in like a jar where I'm controlling a drone that's out in the world.
Yeah. For sure.
I don't know why he doesn't just keep doing that.
Because he wants to be with what's her face, and he can't do that as a drone.
I want to be where the people are.
Literally, Little Mermaid.
I mean,
story.
I want to do that too, but like where they aren't being shot at, you know, like I don't think that's.
It progresses the story forward, Nick.
What about you, Danny?
Or Danny gave his answer. Danny would become a narcissist.
I just get like a cybernetic helmet that turns me into a vegetable or something. I don't know.
Oh, no. More big sad.
You know what would be cool?
I would
like a cool
hang
version
on.
of Danny's augmentation that would allow him to still feel the full spectrum of human emotion and everything. I don't remember what movie it was I saw or TV show, but something where someone was basically able to consciously control how much of like they could temporarily stop like a hormone release so that they could or like activate, like they could intentionally like pump their adrenaline up so that they could do X, Y, and Z, and then turn it back down to like normal levels and things like that.
Oh, that's fun.
That is kind of fun. I also feel like that would be a fun therapy tool. You know what I mean? Like
just in therapy, it's like we're gonna turn up that dopamine now.
No. I meant like being able to like be in your body and recognize like the chemical reactions causing an emotional response.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you could be like, oh, I'm experiencing anxiety right now. I can either deal with that or just turn it off so I don't experience anxiety right now.
Yeah. Or especially if you had like maybe like basically like an internal like HUD that like just showed you like cortisol levels now at
exactly
6%. And so
that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
Dashboard analytics on your emos.
And then you turn it on for the first time, and it's the cortisol levels are already at red
through the roof.
It's like, hey, dude, you gotta calm down.
You gotta calm down.
And you're like, oh, great, awesome, thanks.
I would like to pause before I hear from Nick and just say that Danny and Johnny, my life would be worse without either of you two in it. I don't wish that you would explode or become a couch vegetable.
Though I would love Vegetable Danny as well. I would enjoy his company.
It's true.
To be clear, he's Vegetable
the memory
Danny.
of self-destructed
Like
Johnny,
two days out of the week.
I just be in my pretty girl Hawking era.
I think
the memory of me could never disappoint you.
I think in this scenario, I'm imagining Danny opting and volunteering to do that to himself for what it sounds like potentially some things he needs to work through. And I just want to remind Danny, I would be sadder if you opted and volunteered to have that done to you.
Yeah. Same for Johnny. Also, that little comment just there was not missed. You part of a relationship is the back and forth. It's okay. It's organic. Yeah. It's healthy. It's okay.
I want Johnny to disappoint me for the rest of my life.
Oh, you don't. No, see, that's what I'm saying. You don't have to not disappoint us or worry about disappointing us. It may happen, but that's okay. That's what relationships are. Sometimes people let you down. Sometimes they don't.
Nick, that's a very good point, Nick.
You're right.
So can my augment just like rapidly increase the disappointment I feel in others?
Can I riff on this?
Be Chinese?
Can I?
Yikes!
That can probably happen in the future. You could just be Chinese.
I did not see that coming. I love it.
Or just an immigrant mother of any race.
Yeah, really. I shouldn't. You know what? Yeah, I'm gatekeeping. I should open this up.
I'm just so disappointed.
Trauma, man.
All of you.
Yeah.
I wonder if can I riff on what we've done so far? I would love something almost like a HUD that maybe, oh, you know what? Maybe it picks up other people's heartbeats. so I can tell when they're actually mad at me and when they're not.
Oh, you want the emotion reader for other people?
Yeah, but I also want to protect their privacy. So I wanted something that would like maybe hint at it, but wouldn't like, you know what I mean? Like it feels invasive to be like that person's cortisol level
exclusive to me. Like I don't think that you can. Like I don't really see a version of things where you could have an increased level of insight, like a mechanically increased level of insight beyond what you can perceive as a human already, and still maintain that person's like genuine privacy at that point.
Yeah.
Look,
I think
Johnny.
that's also difficult though, because like compare the perspective of a person with autism and like a person without autism. Everything that person is giving is something that I might be picking up on, and I'm doing fine, and I'm reading their emotions. But all of that is completely locked away for the person with autism. Well, potentially,
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
So it's like, am I intruding on their privacy because they aren't necessarily intending to give those cues?
Yeah,
because a lot of people, I mean, I don't know, I do that all the time. People give emotional cues when they aren't necessarily intending it.
I think that organically we have come up against a very interesting conversation here in regards to like sci-fi and like future and what's the word, transhumanism.
Yeah.
My answer is yes.
Yes. Yes. That is so interesting.
Does can do mean should do?
Yeah. I think it brings up. I think this also like it ties into an interesting debate that happens a lot in like in celebrity culture of like I think this is like a microcosm of it, where like how much of a right to privacy do you have in a public space?
That is very interesting.
Like, do I have the right to privacy if I'm intentionally relating with you?
Yeah. Fascinating. And in 100 years we will have in 100 years we'll have the technology to be able to accomplish all this stuff, and then in 1,000 years we'll start asking the ethical questions of should we have done that.
Maybe if we haven't
it's generally how I've noticed the trend going.
We can pull this thread later if we want, but like as of 2012, I was so hyped for augmented reality and thought we would be way further along, certainly by 2024. In terms of the standardization.
Instead, you just get ski goggles from Apple.
That's it. Like it's ridiculous because like you have these extremely well-resourced groups, like you have Google and stuff coming out with Google Glass, and like just from a basic like user needs met analysis type of deal, like incredible product, terrible marketing, like.
Yeah,
and like here we are, and nobody thinks about Google Glass, and it's like,
well, I mean,
there's still recourse. Like, why don't we have more AR? Like I just want to be able to walk around with my glasses and know this Airbnb is open by looking at a building. And
this is a tree.
There's a really interesting thing with that though. Like, it goes back to the privacy conversation, because there have been genuine and significant attempts at AR and at some of this before, even before Google Glass, there were attempts at some of this sort of stuff. Yeah. But it comes up to people feeling like their privacy was being invaded or denied or whatever. And so they push, like, you have humanity kind of broken down into people who are, even if they wouldn't phrase it this way, comfortable with transhumanism, and then people who are uncomfortable with transhumanism. And like what we've seen, and the reason it's not farther along is because the very vocal anti-transhumanist people tend to outnumber transhumanists and push back against a lot of that stuff.
This is a wonderful conversation, and I'm going to have to cut it off.
Yeah, we'll pull it later if we want to.
We're all smart people, and I think could talk about, if we had a talk show podcast, I think it would be fascinating.
Well, yeah, if we get a few more patrons, we'll actually have a talk show, and that could include inspired themes that relate to our shows.
For sure.
It will 100% have tangents. There's no way
we'll have tangents. Yeah. We'll try to keep things
just all tangents.
I prepared a presentation for today's episode.
That would be actually a funny talk show. Listen, maybe I'll hold on to that one. That's a good title for a talk show podcast or show sometime. That's a funny one.
Which title?
We just never
no,
finish a conversation.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it because I wanna hold on to it.
You keep that inside, buddy.
I'm gonna eat it. That's a good one. I'm gonna gatekeep my own ideas. We are playing Scum and Villainy again. Finally, we're playing Scum and Villainy again. We ended on a high note, if I can say so myself, stealing the governor in his own hotel room. Incredible. Players just
Speaking of invasions of privacy, right?
Speaking of invasions of privacy,
we stole a man.
You were hired.
He has zero privacy now
by the Bornico Syndicate, who Havoc was a part of, grew up in, kind of doing his thing now. But it's got a lot of connections. Yatu's sort of like a father figure to him. You've done a few jobs for him now. This is actually, let's see, this is your, I believe, third job for the Bornico Syndicate, which means that you
honorary members.
You are friends of the Bornico Syndicate.
Buddies.
We have a friend.
You actually have two friends. You have
Is that like a syndicate Facebook equivalent where like we can see our
Yes.
status?
Yes. Yeah, I was gonna
Actually,
come up with
Snapchat. It's just straight up.
just
How
Snapchat.
It's
long
just-
your speech
yeah.
is. He translates.
So you're actually friends.
Don't
you're
hide our
friends with
location from them.
You're friends with the Bornico Syndicate. You're also friends with the Deerneck gang. Those are the two factions that you are mechanically friends with. You are allies with a few. You're allies with the Guild of Engineers, the Counters Guild, and the Ashtari Cult.
Nice.
This is a good time to go over this. You are what is the mechanical word for it? You are
Light enemies.
Interfering.
Frenemies, if you will.
Adversaries with the Church of the Stellar Flame, the Cult of the Seekers, and the Concordiate Knights.
And the
And
Maelstrom.
And Maelstrom, yep.
Yeah,
And
'cause we
you
blew up their
are
whole auction.
you are enemies with Isotropic Max Secure. You started out
Yeah.
as adversaries and quickly rocketed yourself up to being
Great enemies to
Enemies.
have. You know, the people running the prison.
This is so
And
this
they're-
is fun.
When it comes to
Yeah.
friends, how many jobs do we need to do before we become lovers?
No,
Uh,
you didn't say that. I was just.
Lovers
Right,
is
lovers.
so the next level for this is allies. After friends comes allies, and then I'd say after that is lovers. So you would need to do 7 jobs for someone to become lovers with them if you're already friends.
Excellent. I'm gonna romance the hell out of Yatu.
Okay, wonderful.
I like to think that it's a circle, so that if you go too high, you just become enemies again. But if you go low enough, it eventually becomes romantic.
Oh, I
The
understand.
romantic
So
tension
after,
just overcomes.
You're saying like
Do
after
10
at-
jobs and it
after
circles all
at
the way back
war.
around.
Yeah, I was gonna. So like you go adversaries, enemies, and then at war, but then after at war is lovers again,
Yeah.
and it just spins back around. That
Enemies
makes
to
sense.
lovers,
Can I,
dude.
can I just
Classic.
say that I love the description here for war? If we get to -3 with somebody, this faction will go out of its way to hurt you, even if it's not in their best interest.
Yep,
Wow.
I love
I love
that.
it.
Which in some ways
there's-
already feels like our relationship with Malcleave.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
gonna change. I have been trying to think about what exactly this job means for that faction, and I think House Malcleave will stay as like a faction because there are other people that are a part of it. But I think for a lot of intents and purposes, it just becomes the Bornico Syndicate, maybe. And there might be
Or it
some like,
becomes- Or it just becomes house.
or it just becomes House.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor. All right. So what did I say? You stole the governor. I mean, that was pretty much it. You stole the governor. Both Gears and Praxis were taken out as a part of it. Praxis as a ploy to like voluntarily left in order to bring some heat off of the other 3, which I think ended up being a good move. I think it would have been much harder.
Yeah.
I don't
If-
think we would have
if-
made it 100%.
I don't think you would
Yeah.
have. If all those guards had stayed there, it would have been really difficult. And then the three like finished the job, but right at the end, Gears had to make one last move to give Carlton Graves and Dr. Mordecai the last moment they needed in order to get the governor, and was also taken out. But you did it. You stole the governor, replaced it with a clone, none the wiser. You made it out of the hotel. That is where we left off with you leaving the hotel. I think that we gotta focus in on like Dr. Mordecai and Graves like meeting up again. I'm not gonna make you like roll to like get out of the hotel. You just let the distraction die down and then you head out.
After my fake drunken tizzy,
After your fake drunken tizzy.
I'm sure they're happy to have me go.
I'm sure you have already decided where the meetup is happening.
Mhm.
Where is that meetup happening, you two?
My head always goes to the pub, you know?
Pub.
The
Place
bar
where there's-
across the street.
With
Well, hopefully
the,
further away, yeah.
with the in tow, with the governor's body in tow.
He's floating on like a sort of like dolly, right? Like
Yeah, he's in a dolly. He's in the pod though. So if someone were to look, they might see.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I still think Gears too. You know, eventually you can
Yeah.
you can get away and can meet them
Yeah.
as well too. So I think the three.
So
of you.
where is Gears physically?
I'm saying he can be at this meet up again.
I
I
think
just
I
mean,
went
where
out,
was
like,
he
the,
last?
The help
Yeah.
What?
exit. I forget what was I doing.
The
servant's
staff
entrance.
elevator.
Staff
Yeah.
elevator. Yeah.
I don't
Staff
think
elevator.
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't super.
Well,
matter.
the way in which he was taken out of the scene is just helpful for me as context because I don't
Oh.
know like what
Yeah,
was
his-
it that I
his-
saw last of him. or
His
heard
cover
last?
wasn't blown. He was just led. They thought he was working there and just ushered him downstairs to work.
That's
on
right. I had to go
something
down
else.
to like.
Yeah.
So his cover was not blown. That's why I'm saying it's totally fine if he just like at some point escapes and meets the three of you again.
He was forced
Cool.
to clean a room after.
And
No,
we
I
still
was in-
had comms with
No,
Gears,
the
right?
true engineer's nightmare. I was
You
in a
did not-
4-hour meeting with people who had no idea what I was talking about.
Oh
No,
no!
you did not. You did not have comms with Gears because then that would not have actually
Mhm.
taken him out of the job.
Okay. So in other words, I don't know his location ever since we lost comms.
Yeah,
Correct.
Yeah.
but like
I'm actually-
an hour
I am-
or so afterwards, I'm just like, oh my god.
I think we're saying that the assumption is that going into any job, we all agree if we get separated, we'll meet up at such and such a location. And so
Of course.
Gears knows where to meet you guys because
Yep.
that was
So
established
you-
before the job.
Exactly. So you wait there. Gears shows up, and maybe
We'll
in fact,
meet at the interdimensional Taco Bell cantina.
I think it's the two of you sitting at the bar, and you know you're waiting there. You're trying to kill time, and then eventually Gears walks in.
How tall is Dr. Mordecai, Danny?
5'8".
Okay, cool. I'm just picturing us like squeezed into a booth because it was the only available space at this bar. Like dimly lit,
Yeah.
a few neons or whatever, and it's just like Graves' oversized figure crammed into one side of the booth and you on the other. He's
Just
kind of like
towering over.
looming over you and slurping through a second or third drink.
Yeah,
And he
Dr.
just
Mordecai
looks-
had like a
Yeah,
like a piece
very
of linen
irked.
over the governor's face on the stasis pod.
We just have it with us in the bar, yeah.
I'm sorry, you said Graves looks very hurt.
Very irked.
Irked.
Yep. Just slurping through his next drink and not really paying much mind to you, Dr. Mordecai Nevin.
Dr. Mordecai will say, I think your friends are gonna be just fine. Graves,
They better be.
has Gears contacted you at all?
I keep trying every few minutes. Gears. Damn it.
The door opens. Gears comes in.
Oh, thank God! Oh, there he is.
Ah, there you guys are. Oh man. He goes, sits down. He immediately orders a drink.
Ah,
I was I was trying to explain like hyperlift mechanics to a security guard for like 3 hours. I need actually, can I have 2 of that? He goes right there. Give me 2 of those.
Cut
Thank
to a
you.
flashback of Gears just like drawing on a whiteboard.
There's like a whole bunch of people in front of him. He's like,
yeah.
okay, so this goes like this. Are we following? And
that-
everybody's just like,
That goes up or left and right.
no, it goes down.
When did the
any-
stairs come?
What?
Just imagining it's one guy who keeps like everyone else is like right on the edge
Yeah,
of getting it.
we've
Then
got
one
it.
guy asks the question and
But
brings
he's like-
everybody back to like pure confusion.
He's like in charge, so everybody just has to sit there. Oh man!
Let's not project all of our real work experiences onto this.
All right, we're taking it back to drinking. Shoots, just slams the first drink. We gotta
I'm glad you
figure out.
made it.
I'm glad you guys made it, but we got to look for Odito. I mean, Praxis. We got to look for him. Right.
Where
Slams
would
the other
Malkuth
drink.
take him?
Well, he didn't technically. Well, I mean, I guess he probably had crimes on the books, so I'm not super sure what those crimes were exactly. But realistically, he didn't commit any crimes today, any provable crimes, because we did such a good job. But I don't know where. I mean, I don't think they would just throw him into lockup. I don't. We could ask around, I guess.
My guess is Aaron does justice in house.
I really hope not. For Lito's sake. I mean, Praxis.
I think as soon as possible we should stop traveling with our
Yeah.
little friend here.
Oh yeah, we'll put him on the ship. I don't. Why did you guys take him? You could have taken him to the ship and then waited here. It's kind of weird.
Also,
to
I
bring him.
want to go back. It's not a linen. It's like the bib that they give you when you get the all you can eat crab legs. Is that
And also, Mordecai is eating crab legs.
It's there's space crabs. It's the crabs have like 18 legs in this world.
Wait, I want space
Amazing.
crab sounds like the most horrible disease to contract.
Different space crabs.
Different
Different space crabs.
We're gonna put that back in the ship. Don't know what you guys didn't, and then we can maybe I don't know, ask around or try to see where Lito is. I don't know.
Alright.
So we all get up,
Yep.
and then
Mordecai's pushing the little
we
dolly.
go to the ship.
When you wake up or walk up, stand up.
Get up.
Get up. That's what I was looking for.
We all fell asleep at the bar.
Oh, just blanked out.
When you get up, the door opens again, and a very confused-looking individual walks through. He's sort of like looking around, as though he knew he was supposed to go here, but he is not sure why. You see walking through the door, Praxis Thorn.
Oh my god.
Oh, Lito. I mean,
Or
Praxis.
Does he have
Yeah.
two names? I'm very confused by all this.
He does. Who doesn't?
Did we finish the job? Wait, did it go? It looks like we finished it.
Right.
Graves picks you up and squeezes you with probably a bit too much force.
Ah,
Take a level 3 harm.
You're dead.
very well, Goodman. It couldn't have been that long.
Graves, I think you're gonna kill. You should probably put it down.
Better
Yeah,
to
it
die
would-
in my arms.
Yeah, there's barely any time at all. What happened with Aaron?
I remember getting in the elevator. And they must have drugged me.
You.
I simply don't remember.
We'll give you a nice little scan when we get in the ship.
Yeah.
Come on, everybody.
I'd like to take a look at you too.
Oh yeah,
appreciate that.
I forgot we have a doctor on board now.
I'm a doctor.
Yes.
Does he say that?
Respect him now.
Sorry.
Is there a doctor in the house?
Okay.
Okay. I have no idea what that was a reference to.
So many things.
It's just anytime someone shouts, "Is there a doctor in the house?" and the doctor goes, "I'm a doctor."
But
Dr.
the
Mordecai
voice, the voice choice.
Yeah, what? I mean, did he say that? 'Cause, like,
The Dr. Mordecai also has Tourette's. So that's his only
just
pick.
cuts to Muppet voice randomly.
Wonderful.
Looks like you're gonna die.
You go back to your ship to drop off the potty.
It's terminal.
Where are you going next?
Well,
I mean,
first,
can we?
I literally do want to like scan Praxis.
Yeah.
Sure.
And maybe Mordecai can look them over for any sort of
Yeah.
incisions or medical
Yeah.
things.
Let's I love that. Let's why
I
don't
think
you give
Mordecai
me an
just gives him a
action?
straight up physical.
For sure.
I will do rig. I'm
I think I'm maybe this is a setup then. How about that? We can have Dr.
Okay.
Mordecai set up or assist. I think a setup makes more sense because you're not
setup.
technically assisting the action. You're trying to get at the same result, but
Mhm.
if he's rigging, your doctoring is probably a little different. So I think this is a setup. Where is the teamwork page? Teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
There it is.
Doctor, I'm quite unsure how you touching my balls is going to help us understand if there's anything going on.
Just turn and cough.
Right. Trust the process. Trust the process. Now bend over and cough.
I have said many times that 30 Rock is one of my favorite shows, and the best character in that show is Dr. Spaceman. Hands down. No debate. And there's one scene where it's just a close-up of Chris Parnell as Dr. Spaceman and Alec Baldwin, and Chris Parnell goes, "All right, cough. Okay, cough. All right, and now let's start the examination." And it gets me every time. So that's so funny. Wonderful. So I think you're using, what action do you think you're using here?
I was thinking, probably skulk, sneaking around.
I mean, sure, if that's what you want to pick.
Doctoring.
Okay, that makes a bit more sense to me. I think it's controlled. However, I think the effect is no effect. I think the effect is no effect.
Can I trade to get limited effect?
Of course you can.
Sorry.
Risky and limited.
Risky and limited.
Tell me what you do to make it risky, or in order to
I think
get
he
a
starts-
limited effect.
He starts just doing like a regular physical. He grabs a little hammer, slaps him on his knee, a little light to his eyes, looks in his ears, touches his balls, and he goes, "We're gonna need to go deeper." And so when he opens, no, wrong choice of words. He just goes, "We." Is there a doctor in the house? And he opens up his briefcase, and he grabs like a scalpel and looks at Praxis. Not necessary. And then he'll like just grab the first tools he starts using are like your typical like stethoscope, like things that we see as real people. And then he opens up his briefcase and pulls out a lot more terrifying looking
Yep, I'm with you.
Mhm.
That sounds riskier to me. Do you
Yeah.
want to do anything else?
Yeah. I mean, he'll take like blood samples.
Sorry, I meant
Mental
mechanically.
drugs.
Do you want to push yourself, devil's bargain?
Devil's bargain in this situation sounds like it could be kind of funny.
Oh, a devil's bargain. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the only devil's bargain I can think of is some sort of harm to Praxis. Perhaps in performing a bit riskier surgery.
I think.
Yeah,
I
so
think
that's what I want to
I'm not
propose that
taking
because I don't, it requires both of you to consent to that devil's bargain.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm just gonna straight up roll the 2 dice I traded for limited effect.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Can I help
only have-
by being a good patient?
I will need more than that, I think.
A very
How
good
would you-
patient.
How?
Unfortunately,
No, I say I like. I mean, I don't know. There's not a lot I could do. I'm not a doctor. I can't like
the
perform
entire
surgery
time
on myself.
Mordecai's,
but I
he's like
could,
asking you
just be like,
questions. So
you've got my absolute consent to do whatever you need to do. Like, we've got to figure this out. And do what you must.
I am going to say that is not an assist.
What would be? Why don't you tell me?
Helping him perform doctor things.
Okay, but like, I mean, mechanically, I'm just marking a stress. Like, I don't really know what you want me to do beyond say I'm marking the stress. It really, like.
Well, in fiction, I don't see you going to a doctor and being like, I know that something happened and you have to check me out. Do whatever you need to. It counts as assisting. You are not assisting in the action. You are just consenting to the action being done to you. If let's say in this situation, this was a more tense situation and Dr. Mordecai was trying to remove some like live parasite from your body that's like burrowing into you. And then you were to be like, I give you consent, just do it. Like, I might consider that assisting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I think the fact that, like, one of Praxis's best friends is Dr. Carey, who would rather have had Mordecai out of her hair during a dire situation at the brothel than there to help her.
Yeah.
And Praxis is saying, knowing that, is saying, you can do whatever you need to do.
I agree with Justin that the something more thing I would feel too if I were GMing, and I'm wondering if there's any way that Johnny, and I don't know what you guys have worked out for anything offline or out in the fiction here, like what happened to Praxis, but like, is there any way that Praxis could try to get through the fog and access maybe more of a memory of what happened that might be instructive to support the process, and leave that to like a fortune roll or something? I don't know what the mechanical thing would be.
I can accept that as an assist. I can also, because you're not rolling anything, Graves could assist. You know what I mean? Graves doesn't need to be a doctor expert or have points in doctor to assist Dr. Mordecai doctoring. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's even harder for me to imagine helping though in a narratively appropriate way.
I'm just
hold him down.
Just reminding you, like, you don't necessarily have to have that action in order to assist. It certainly helps. And we'll like weigh that in the fiction of the assist. I hear Steve. I think that works for me. But you assisting is you trying to remember anything you can that happened.
Yeah, I don't personally see how it's substantially different than anything I've proposed, but I will mark the stress if it means that he gets the help. Like,
I see a huge difference. And so, but end of the day, you get your assist.
Heck yeah, I get the die. Rolling. A 5.
A 5.
I think I get +1 effect or an improved position, right?
You will. Here's what I will say. Dr. Mordecai, you can clearly tell that some sort of procedure has been done on Praxis. You cannot figure out for the life of you what it is. It's almost as though like only a doctor would have noticed these things, right? Like it's just one or two things that are just a little bit out of place. Like you don't even see like any incision, any like scars. So if some procedure has been done, they must have very high tech medical gear. So you can't tell what has been done, but you're clued into the fact that perhaps something has been done.
Like a couple vitals are slightly off type of a deal, or
sure.
like
That's
erratic.
exactly what I'm. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm like. Oh, like your baseline before we went on this job was here, and now it's here. Like that's maybe weird.
Strange. Yeah, I think we're gonna need gears to learn more.
I'm right here. I'm
Oh God!
I'm ready to go.
All right.
Why did you touch his ball so much? That was kind of weird.
It's all right. I enjoyed it.
All right, well, as long as you're into it.
It's been a while.
All right, Gears, your turn. Praxis, drop him.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I got this thing. I'm just gonna
Okay.
hold it over him.
Yeah.
All right.
You're quite sure. Zips his pants back.
I think this is a bit. You already said you're using rig. I think this is a bit riskier.
Oh.
And it would have been no effect. I think it's limited effect.
All right. It's already risky. I probably shouldn't make it. I shouldn't make it desperate. Ooh. All right, no, that's probably not helpful. Could I push myself for greater effect?
You certainly could push yourself for greater effect.
I will do so.
Okay.
And
So we're at risky standard.
risky standard.
Risky standard.
Risky standard. That's pretty good. Okay. Should I go for great effect? For safety? Or I guess standard.
Only a call that you can
fine.
make.
Standard's probably fine.
Okay.
Let me read over the standard effect.
You achieve what you would expect as normal with the reaction. With the action.
Okay. All right. That's good. Boom, 3 dice. Six. Also,
Okay.
fun fact: 2 of these dice are from a D&D 4E starter kit that I bought when I was in 6th grade.
Fun.
Anyways.
That's so fun.
Little sad.
But you do it.
I do. Something was good on that one though.
You can tell that a highly advanced nanite has been introduced into the bloodstream.
Great. I get the sense that this is going to be like a project to remove.
Ooh, I mean, you could certainly try and get it out in one if you'd like. We'll just
With my
set the-
success of finding it, do I
Yeah.
get the sense that I have the ability to do so? Like
Yeah,
it's within the realm of possibility.
I think if you were to try this, you would start at a controlled position because you know it's there and you've got the time to deal with it. I think it's no effect though.
Okay, what if we also remember that I had nanites and I had to take care of them, and I kind of had to set something up to be able to do that?
Yeah, so actually, it's still the same because as
Okay.
you're looking at this, it looks very similar to the nanites that Tornado Syndicate had. However, far more advanced.
Crap. Of course. All right.
Are we able to make it a long term project?
You certainly could if you wanted to. I think making it a project might increase the effect. I think you're already at controlled because you've got time to deal with it, but you could certainly use a project to increase the effect that way.
I could also just stress it out a little bit, get a little effect,
You could stress it out.
then trade.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, all right. I'm stressing out
Okay.
a little bit for more effects, so that gives me limited, and then I will trade up to standard and go down to risky. And the risky part, just like so, if you don't remember, when I had to remove the nanites from myself, I basically made like a container that I stood in that was connected to the engine exhaust. So we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna modify the stress spending is like modifying it and trying to making it more sensitive and more capable of tackling these much more advanced nanites. And the whole time, just very poorly reassuring praxis, like I already had to do this once. It's totally gonna be fine. It's definitely not a way more complicated problem. Do not worry about it.
Dr. Mordecai will assist as well.
Oh, I think that makes a lot of sense. Yep.
That much radiation will kill him. Oh,
yeah, no, I absolutely imagine having a doctor on call would definitely help with the vitals and whatnot.
Alrighty, which gives me an extra die, right?
It will, yes.
Yes. So it's standard and risky.
Standard and risky. Sounds good.
Five.
Okay. You're pretty sure you got all of them out?
Don't like that. Oh man. Oh wait, I can roll to resist consequences, right?
You certainly can.
What would I roll? What stat am I using?
Yeah, that sounds like you are. Let's make that an insight.
Okay.
Resistance. Let's make that an insight resistance.
let's see what happens. Five. So I only take one stress.
One stress. Not bad.
I just want to be very clear. I had 5 stress because I've pushed myself twice. I only had 5 stress to go. So there was a possibility that I rolled a 1 and took myself out
again.
But yeah, you're clean as can be, Praxis. Great. Full bill of health for me and the doctor.
Marvelous. Thank you.
Do you remember
tired.
now?
What was that, Mordecai?
Do you remember anything now?
No.
Yeah, they weren't expressing his memory or anything. They were just actually, quite frankly, I could not tell what they were fully capable of doing, but they're gone now, so it doesn't matter.
Marvelous. It's wonderful to be clean. Should we take the governor to Yatu now?
Yes, that is a good idea.
Can we wrap this job up before we pat ourselves on the back, and then we'll call it a day?
There will be padding, though.
Are you coming on to me, Graves? Gears. Coming on to me.
No, I'm not.
Over the comms. Stop leaving the comms on. No, I was just trying to make a not very funny joke, I guess. I don't know.
Well, in that case, keep working on it. Let's go see Yatu.
I'll do my best. Then we make our way to the other side of the planet because we're still at Warren.
For sure. You get to the Counters Guild headquarters that the Bornico Syndicate has taken over. Get ushered into the back, and Yatu is Yatu is not wearing his customary suit. He's laid over a chase lounge, and it looks like there is a person who's at an easel painting. And you get ushered in. He goes, hey, well, I didn't expect you. They just let you in there? Hey, you just let him in? Yes, you told us to. I told you I was doing my me time.
Being painted like one of the French girls, I see.
Is he only wearing a necklace?
He's wearing nothing.
But a necklace.
I mean, he's
Nothing.
also a Ramden. So
He's a Ramden.
It's fine.
That's why it's funny. Because it's like totally normal.
for Ramdens not to wear clothes.
Yes. And he goes, that nothing thing really burrowed into my head there. This just like lounging around doing nothing. I figured to commemorate it somehow.
Oh, wow. I mean, that seems like you
If
really
you
got something.
commemorate- If you commemorate
Nothing.
nothing, is it still nothing?
Commemorate. It's a good point. Perhaps, perhaps the canvas will be just blank, white.
That's so profound.
Is it?
Anyway, give me a moment.
Anyway,
Give me a moment. I'll be right back.
All right.
take your time.
And he comes back in his customary, well-fitted suit, sits behind his desk. Got any news for me? Haven't seen anything on the radio, so I'm assuming it was quiet.
Very. And I push over the hovering
Hover cart.
basket, basically.
Take the crab leg bib off.
Why was that still on there?
Hmm.
You can
Well,
have your men scan it. You'll find it is the original.
The genuine article.
no, I trust you. I can't imagine you would screw us over.
We have no reason to.
Oh. I'm screwing you over would screw us over at this juncture.
At this rate, yep. We're kind of tied into each other, for sure. Well,
One might even say we're
Is he
friends.
coming on to us?
Is ever coming on us?
Rebden has a fine line between friendship and flirting. We don't want to screw you over as well.
Graves.
Either.
Graves just kind of avoids your look.
What does this mean?
If
I
you're friends
believe-
with a random, you're friends with benefits.
I believe 8 cred and a pardon of Praxis Thorn was what
There's
was
a very-
agreed on.
I want to be very clear. There's a piss poor attempt from Gears to not seem like he is immediately activated by that amount of money. just like a. Oh,
You all notice he stands with his hips back just a little bit farther.
Yeah, just kind of curves his back a little bit. Yeah, that's definitely a normal amount of money for this job here.
This is a big job, and I really appreciate what the 4 of you have done. Seems like you got a doctor as well. Hope that was a help.
He.
Oh,
he was
pleasure to
there.
meet you. My name is Dr. Mordecai Nevin. We've never
Dr.
met.
Nevin, no, I don't let many people back here. So
Oh.
he grabs your hand like a really strong handshake. I hope we're not going to have any problems. Yes?
Yeah, no
Not to
one-
worry, Yatu. He works on the
Across,
brothel
yeah.
on the other side. He knows how to keep a secret.
It'd be a shame if his tiny little arm were to break.
It
Yeah,
would.
got to. We take care of.
Graves
our
just
own.
grabs the other arm of his for no reason.
Oh. All right.
Yeah.
Do I
Nevin
miss
will
you?
slowly back away behind Praxis.
All right. It's good to meet you, Dr. Nevin.
Yeah, but also, Mr. Yatu, I just want to be very clear. We would take care of our own problem children if they decided to be an issue.
I would expect
we're
nothing
professionals.
more. I would expect nothing more. We would obviously help you were you
Ah.
to need to take care of anybody. He looks back at Dr. Nevin.
Gears doesn't bother looking at him, but it's very clear that his intention is to threaten.
If and when the time comes for us to kill Nevin and remove his body from anywhere it could be found, we will certainly let you know. Nevin,
Please.
you know what
As
we
much as I
do
love
if
this
you
conversation,
betray us.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
honestly,
Let's move on.
I just thought myself.
Wonderful.
That sounds odd.
Well, unless you've got any questions for me, I've got a painting to get back to.
I do have
Yes,
one
you do.
question for you, Yatu.
Oh.
First of all, let me say, grateful that you are maintaining your end of the bargain. It is wonderful to have you as a friend in our corner. Just curious when you think I can expect the pardon to go through.
Absolutely. It should be soon. I intend to keep my word. That was what was agreed upon. Obviously, if the first thing that we did were to pardon you, it might raise a few alarms.
Sure.
So for a week or two, he's going to act as though the governor is. But probably within the month, you should see some sort of pardon.
Marvelous. Appreciate it.
Understand.
Very cool.
All right,
The four
gents.
of you were quickly becoming a wonderful mercenary group I turn to. So if I have anything else come up, be sure to let you know.
Do let us know. We're always happy to consider the jobs you offer first.
All right, get the fuck out
we
of here.
really do. Yeah. Okay. Bye. Okay. Just all right. We're not that comfortable with him. Anyways,
We're not lovers
As we
yet.
walk out, I lean over to
He's
the
still a
painter.
Ramden. No matter what he says, he's still a Ramden. And he's very, very blunt, curt.
As we leave, I lean
Conversation.
over to the painter and just really quietly point and just say, "Make the horns slightly smaller and the ears slightly larger."
And the penis, sir?
Exactly the same. It's perfect. Don't change it at all.
Perfect.
wow, details incredible. Anyway, just
I feel naked now.
well, you're not.
That's that's funny.
Like my mind's being colonized.
Don't let it happen. Don't do it, Grace. Oh, good lord.
You get back
To
to,
be
the
honest,
ship.
Graves, I've told my tailor about you many times. He would love to make pants. For you, specifically.
Mm. Only if the
Here's
job
just behind him,
requires.
just shaking his head. Only if the job requires. That's
Wonderful. So you've got your 8 cred. When you get back to the ship, Gears, I would have to ask, do you spend the requisite money to upkeep your ship, or do you skip the upkeep roll?
I skipped the upkeep roll.
All
He's
right.
a madman.
Give me that roll.
Well, this is like the first time I can use my freaking ability to its utmost because
Now you
we
know.
don't have damage on the ship already.
Yep. Yeah. You might as well, right?
Yeah.
You might
'Cause
as well.
I get a free action to prepare the ship for free, so I might as well just not skip upkeep.
Might as well. Give me that 1 die roll.
Come on, the one time the 6 is bad. Seriously, a system is badly damaged and must be repaired.
Yeah. I think that. Did you ever? You never addressed that way creature, right?
Oh,
Did you ever hire a mystic to
No.
get rid of it? I don't
just
think you
locked
did.
it
No,
up.
it's just
No.
locked up in there, causing
Yeah.
trouble.
Yeah, I think you would have to spend a whole downtime action to repair the hull. But I think first you'd have to get rid of the creature.
oh, I forgot that thing was in there.
The hell is that?
Not working on the repairs on the ship. I'll go and find a mystic to take care of the.
I mean, I'll do
Creature.
what I can from the outside, but it's starting to poke hole, and then like a claw comes through.
Yeah. But it's like a claw again made of like spores.
Ugh.
It's just
Oh,
like
I don't think that's
So
good.
unnerving.
Yeah. No, out of character mechanically, I'll use because I can acquire
An asset.
an
Yep.
asset as extra downtime activity. So I'll
Okay.
do that to get a mystic because you'll have to use one to do the repairs, and so
Yeah,
I'll use my extra one to.
I would
Wonderful.
appreciate that.
Wonderful. Well, before we get to that, I think we need to get to heat and entanglements.
Real quick
Ooh.
before we get to that, are we gonna spread that 8 cred out to each?
Good question. What do you want to do with that?
Yes. Well, the ship could use a couple of cred. If we fill up the ship cred, we would be left with 5.
So one each, and the rest goes to the ship.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
Nice.
Righto.
All right.
Which does mean technically I'm carrying 2. But it's just extra ship funds. So
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
You do have a you should have a vault, right? Doesn't everyone have a small vault?
Huh?
Maybe not.
On the Montressor.
Oh no, maybe not. Sorry, the vault increases the cred you can store on the ship. I apologize.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, we've not gotten that yet.
Correct. Yep. All right. All right. Heat. I don't think it is quite. I'm caught between 0 and 1 heat.
Wow.
I do think there was some low exposure because you were there.
Yeah, it's conspicuous that we were even present at such a.
It is. I think there, even if like they can't tie this action to you, I think the fact that you were there means there is at least some low exposure. So
I think
I'm
it's
gonna give you 1 heat.
Twofold. Because it's like that we were there and also Aaron was there. Very specifically to remember
Yeah.
that we were there.
Yes, and no, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like it would be totally different. That's exactly what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like it's you were there,
Yeah.
and if nobody who knew you encountered you, I think it would have been 0 heat. But
Yeah.
Aaron was there, so I think
dig it.
I think
That's
there's some
one
low
clean
exposure.
job.
Because I was
that
gonna
was
say if
Cleanest
us
job you
being
think you
there
guys
is
have
what
done?
causes the heat,
100%.
then we'd never be able to mark 0 heat.
No, exactly. Yeah, no. It's that you were there and someone who knows who you are
Yeah.
was there as well. So I think there's some low exposure there. So we're gonna start with 1 heat. It is a very high profile, well connected target. I'm gonna give you another heat for that.
That's fair.
You didn't. I don't think you killed anybody though.
We didn't.
And I don't
Holy
even think
smokes.
you knocked anybody out. Oh no, the
The like cleaning person, right?
cleaning person, but that's not killing. So you're good. She wakes up and thinks she just like passed out from the fumes of the cleaning supply.
Yeah, that's
Just
how we were.
lay a bottle of bleach on one side of her and a bottle of ammonia on the other side. She thinks she mustard gassed herself.
She gets
I think she'll
fired.
have a.
She gets
quick
fired
public
from her
service
job.
announcement for the listeners. Do not mix any sort of ammonia-based cleaner with bleach.
Yes, for real. Do not.
I
For
do
some reason,
think though.
some people don't know that.
If you survive, you could give yourself brain damage or respiratory issues for the rest of your life. So, like,
Oh, yeah, thanks for that
that's an
PSA.
if you
That's
survive.
very good. So I was just going to say, for at least for the sake of preserving the fiction, we did not do a like subtle job of knocking her out, and so like I remember, I think I had to like pick her up or something,
Yeah.
and then like Dr. Mordecai just
Yes.
stabbed her with or something. I forget.
yeah.
I still think that's low exposure. I'm not
I
gonna
know.
lie.
I'm just
I don't
saying.
think
She's
that
going to
quite-
wake up and be like, "Who were
What the
they?"
heck? Exactly. Which is probably maybe what adds more to the low exposure. Like before, it was
Sure.
just like,
Yeah.
hey, they were there. That's kind of weird. But then also maybe Aaron hears about this.
Yeah, there's at least an incident report on file for what happened in that
for
room.
sure.
Yeah.
So I think we're just looking at 2 heat.
Nice.
Easily,
Look at us.
easily the cleanest job we've ever done.
It is
So high
definitely.
stakes. It was
the cleanest
baby's
job.
bottom level clean.
I think before our lowest was 6.
Yes, I think you're right. I am gonna roll on the wanted level 1 table though, because you are wanted in Rin. So I'm
Cool.
rolling that now. That is so funny. All right, we're gonna take it back just a little bit, because when you get back to your ship,
No.
There's another way creature.
No.
There is nothing there.
What?
And a ship worker, a dock authority, meets you there and goes, yes, you are the crew of the Montressor, yes?
That is correct.
Clearly, that's why we're coming back to the stock.
Yes. Looks like there were some way elements that you were smuggling in. We had to impound your ship.
We got
We weren't smuggling. They were there. Oh my god.
our ship
So-
is infested.
So,
My ship.
your ship
got
has been
reprisal.
impounded. You can bribe the dock workers to lift the lockdown with 2 cred, or you could steal your ship back. And I think if you chose that, that would be the next job.
I think we have the card that's on the ship right now.
Okay.
I think personally, we use that to just
Yeah.
get it out.
I
like it.
Get it out of there.
I was between that and just crushing his skull, so I think you chose the diplomatic option.
I think the fact that we already have a wanted level on Warren, I don't want it.
I think this comes across as
Hornet's nest
Gears
right now.
being like, Graves, kill him. And Praxis jumping in and be like, we'll just pay the fine. We'll just
Yeah, we'll just pay the. You said it was 2 creds,
it's-
my goodman, and I just kind of like.
Well,
Slyly.
unfortunately, there isn't a fine for this. We just have to lock it up. However, if 2 cred were to find its way towards the pot, so to speak,
He's holding a pot.
he's holding a tiny little pot in his hand. No, he's not holding a pot in his hand.
he's got his personal
Perhaps-
cred stick in a pot.
You know, I was gonna say I give him like a politician's handshake.
And he is done shaking hands with you and goes, "Oh my God, would you look at that? I'm so sorry. The Montressor? No. You're fine. You're fine.
Much
There's no
appreciated.
lockdown on that ship at all."
I just pictured Graves like having moved behind the guy just into position and like reaching his hands for his head and then like slowly pulling them back again as the situation evolved.
And the entire time, Gears is on his shoulder like a little shoulder devil, just like, yeah, do it. Grab him. Stab his neck. Get him.
Get him.
Get my ship
All
back.
right. Mark off that 2 cred. Your ship is no longer impounded. You do still have a way creature to deal with, though.
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Before you can even go and fix the hole. What do you guys want to do? PC and crew advancement first? I know you like doing that before you do your downtime actions because sometimes you get some fun stuff.
Nick, you could put
Yes.
that extra cred you were carrying back into the ship cred now.
Yeah,
That's
there you
true.
go.
That would
There
be
you go. All right. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. For Praxis, for sure.
Oof. This was such a conflicted mission for Graves. Like, it would have been obvious to me that I'd express my drives related to the trauma if I had been vicious or if I had been obsessively protective. It was extremely hard to let Thorn go into that hallway with, Aaron and Malcleath company. And
Yeah.
so I at least didn't
Yeah.
express those. I expressed the drive insofar as we wanted to maintain our reputation and do the job cleanly. So, I mean, it's like I'm just wrestling through it out loud. But yeah, I think I can still take the win.
Yeah, I don't think one negates the other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. That's
Yeah.
why you struggled with your vice or trauma as a separate
That's
question.
a separate question.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just thinking about all the drives,
Yeah, for sure.
background, I think. Gears had to deal with explaining technology to these idiots, these imbeciles.
No, I think background definitely fits there for sure. Undercover as a mechanic.
He interned as a mechanic. And he had to relive all the horrors of being an engineer.
Dr. Mordecai Nevin.
I'm trying to think.
We haven't seen a whole lot about what his beliefs, drives, heritage, or background even really
Yeah, exactly.
is.
We haven't really seen a lot of that. I think
Did
he
you
was, yeah, he was sort of just along for the ride this job.
Okay.
So
did you struggle with issues from your vice or trauma?
He gained a trauma. Does that count?
Does not count.
Dang.
Sounds like Steve already answered.
I think it
answered
depends
yes.
on how you define struggled with. Like I think I don't know how good of a job I did expressing it in the episode, right? But like I know like Praxis was knowing that that one lock could be unlocked with the way, and his obsession with the way, and was like, you know, I did try to express it a little bit, but I don't think I did a good job bringing it completely across.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna say no. I think if we had seen Praxis like be like, no, we are finding some way to like use this lock, I think then definitely that would have been you struggling with your vice or trauma. But I think as it stands, I don't know if you did.
Yeah, I'm not taking a point on this one.
Okay. Gears, did you address challenges with technical skill or ingenuity?
Yes.
Yeah. Pretty consistently.
I think so, for sure.
I wonder if that's a 2-point version.
I was actually just about to say I think most of this job revolved around tech.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna give you 2 XP for that. Did you address challenges with force or threats? Graves.
I don't think I did this time.
I don't think you did either.
And it took a lot of restraint.
By design.
Yeah, it had to be super
By design.
smooth. And we were specifically requested not to kill, so.
Yep.
I guess quieter jobs means less XP for Graves.
Yeah.
Praxis, did you address challenges with deception or influence?
Oh yeah, I think I did a few times.
Yeah, at least 2. At least 2. So I think it's just 1. I think I'm just gonna say 1 XP. Because I think of influence to get into the hotel, and then deception to kind of lead everybody away.
I think there was also influence to get us. So not only to get away, but to once we got in onto the floor to keep the guards from turning us away, I had to use influence to push ahead into the room.
You know what? I'll give you 2 XP.
Thank you.
I'll give you 2 XP.
We did a lot of talking and a lot of engineering this time.
Yeah, I think this.
Graves had a horrible time.
Yep.
I just had to play the drunk guy at the end. Not my strong suit.
Dr. Mordecai Nevin, did you address a challenge with insight or compassion? I love that XP trigger. That's so fun.
Yeah. Oh, I love you guys. You just say that once during a job. I think I don't know if this counts as during the job, but working on what we did this session, working on Praxis. There was the difficult task regarding like the timing of it all and the actual act of getting the governor into the room that we were in. I feel like that required some insight.
I think I will let you take 1 for that.
Cool.
I'll let you take 1 for that. I think that makes sense. Did anybody get a PC advancement?
I did.
Oh. Do you know what you're taking?
I'm debating right now between taking Favors Owed or Infiltrator. Favors Owed, during downtime I get plus 1d when I acquire assets or lay low, and anytime I gather info I get plus 1d. Infiltrator, not affected by quality or tier when bypassing security measures.
That's pretty good. I will say I am kind of surprised no one has taken any veteran abilities and taken any playbook special abilities from other playbooks.
I'm working.
I forgot that we could do that.
Justin.
Yes, you can take up to 3
We might do that.
special abilities from other playbooks.
Guys,
And I
I'm
wonder if one of the mystic ones is maybe something that Praxis might be interested in.
That's what. Yeah,
now
that's
that
what my
he's
head just
successful
went.
away.
So I'm working up to that because I just got an attribute increase, and now I have a point in a tune.
Hey, love it. Love both of your fascination with the way. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Crew advancement. Did you contend with challenges above your current station? I think yes, you did. House Malcleith is tier 3. So you can take a point of XP for that. Did you bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one? What do you think?
I think we bolstered it for sure.
I
Yeah.
absolutely agree.
This is a huge win.
It's a huge win. Huge
Big
job. It was I feel like it's one of those moments, right, where like you've had like a certain caliber of jobs and you just need somebody to take a chance on you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Yatu, the Bornico Syndicate, you've done enough jobs and then they're like, let's take a chance on these people and see if they can pull this off. And you did it. So definitely bolstered your reputation for that. Did you let's ask the crew specific one, which is, did you successfully execute a successful transport or smuggling operation?
100%.
100%
yeah.
you did. Absolutely you did. And did you express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew?
Professionals.
Professionals.
I think, yeah, not just the fact that we are professionals, or like in a sense that we like bolstered our reputation as professionals, but like I think Praxis and Gears like specifically showed that we are willing to 100% sacrifice ourselves or put ourselves into significant danger to make sure that the job is complete.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Take an XP for that. Did you get a crew advancement?
I don't know.
So close.
So,
Yes, I was gonna say that up top.
we're in a difficult position because for some
Yeah.
reason I came back to our XP sheet and the bar was full, and I can't tell if we took an advancement. I
Okay.
don't think we did. But
No,
also,
I have a pretty clear memory of us saying that we got an advancement, but not deciding on something.
So the last advancement I remember you taking was upgrading your crew
True quality.
right.
quality.
Yep.
But the last time I marked the last pip, because we have an Excel sheet here, and I checked the history, the last pip was marked the last time, I'm pretty sure the last time we had a show at the end.
So I think that sounds to me like you upgraded your crew quality and forgot to unmark the XP.
Yeah.
That is entirely
Yeah,
possible.
it's
That's how I
possible
read
for
it.
sure.
All right, then we only have 4 XP. We did not gain another crew advancement.
Okay.
Um,
I did just find something that you're all gonna love. Speaking about crew advancement. Each time the crew advances, the PCs get stash equal to the new crew quality plus 2 to represent profits generated by the crew. So each of you
Whoa.
can put 4 cred in your stash.
Oh.
Wow.
That's great.
4. Sorry, 3.
3. Yeah, 3.
3.
Yeah.
Cool.
Wow.
That's great. I picked I'm going to take a veteran move. So I'm taking side dancing from the Mystic playbook.
Oh, that's very appropriate.
Yeah, I feel like it fits Praxis super well.
It
For the rest of you who
does.
don't know what it is, side dancing, you may push yourself to cloud a target's mind and sway them in the face of contradictory evidence. Quote, you must do as I say, I am the ambassador. Spend 1 stress for each additional feature. They have only vague memories of the event, or it works in a small group.
I love it. I love it
That's-
so much.
Quick question for Justin, going back a bit. That
Yes.
stash little benefit that
Yeah.
was back when Havoc was on the team, right? So Havoc would be stashing that.
Yeah, we'll say Havoc stashed that. At some point in that is when Havoc left, but I think let's give it to Havoc.
Cool.
All right.
Well, look at that. We're here at downtime.
We've done it. Ladies and gentlemen,
We did it.
done
We're here. We got to
We did it,
downtime
boys.
actions.
Oh my gosh, Jason Bourne.
It's Jason Bourne. Wait. Never mind.
Okay.
Should I take? I'm gonna. So I think Praxis and I are using our
Extra
free
downtime.
actions.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
to take care of the damage and the thing in one fell
Yep.
swoop.
Yep.
Wherever it is.
So you're using Praxis using his extra downtime activity to acquire an asset.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just double check. I don't know if it changes how it rolls. Okay, you just get an extra downtime. So you still need to roll.
Yep.
And I will too when I get to the repair.
Yep. You're going to use your crew quality, which is now 1. So you're no longer rolling 2 and taking the lower. You're not going to roll just 1.
1.
Okay. That is unfortunately quality 0. What do we want to do this?
I mean, we just don't find anybody, right?
Or
Wait, let me look at something real quick. Let me double check
quality
something.
0, or you could spend a cred if you want to increase that. You could spend a cred to make that equal to your crew quality.
Yeah.
You roll the 4 or 5.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. You
Did that.
find a mystic.
Oh, you took it out of the ship cred?
Yeah. Well, it's for the
Okay.
ship. I think that's only fair.
Okay. Yeah.
You find a mystic named Hicks here on the planet of Warren.
Mr. Hicks, we need help removing a way creature from our ship.
Oh, okay. Let's do it.
Marvelous.
And he falls after you. And I will say with a crew quality of 1. Let me just look at that entanglement real quickly. Yeah, I think with a crew quality of 1, it takes some time, but Hicks is able to expel this creature and prevent it from coalescing outside of the ship in order to attack more people.
All right. Which means I can take my free action to repair.
Yeah, you certainly can.
I actually don't have to roll for repair. It's usually just that you spend a cred and
Yep.
it fixes something, but I don't have
Yep.
to spend the credits.
You don't have to spend the cred. You just clear that 1 damage.
Excellent.
Also, all of you harmed, my little harmed friends. We have a doctor now. So
Yeah.
Thank you, Doctor.
Well, Dr. Graves, really. Probably first.
Yeah.
Graves always has wounds to tend.
I think I've been concussed for like 6 jobs. It only hasn't
Yeah,
mattered
like-
because it's been a level 2
Mhm.
harm, but I haven't had
Yeah.
2 level 2 harms.
Yeah.
All right. Does someone want to recover? Who's going to recover?
I'll
I need to
recover first.
Okay.
Nice.
Do you
I've
want
got
to
2 level
roll,
2 harms, so yeah.
Mr. Doctor?
Yes. Yes. Just 2 dice because I have 2 pips and doctor.
Yep.
Let's see here. Wait, I'm gonna look at the recover thing quick, just to.
So the part I'm trying to figure out is remember to add +1 to your die if you enlist a crew contact to help. The only reason,
It says if you get help from a friend or contact.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think you should take the die because otherwise, you wouldn't want to go to Dr. Mordecai at all. You would want to go to. I guess it would be the same because Dr. Carey would add a die plus your crew quality would be 2 die, so it ends up being the same. It's just 2 die.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't
So-
get the extra die from that.
You do. I'm gonna say you do. Yep, I'm gonna say you do.
She found it on the floor. It's not yours. So she's playing with it. She never just
2 6s.
Ooh.
2 6.
Is there a crit effect for recover?
There is. It is 5
Ooh.
segments.
Dang. I just want to check something with y'all. I make sure my memory's right. I don't think I got new harm on this job.
You did.
Did I?
You got a social harm. But does
Oh
that...
yeah.
We didn't end up putting any social harm reflected on my sheet. We have level 2 bleeding and level 2 blasted.
Oh, I think you resisted it.
And I
You resisted
okay,
it.
that's right. Because
So,
the way you
yes.
described
Yep.
was absolutely brutal.
Yep.
Johnny
There
was
no
like,
harm.
please resist that, Steve.
It was no harm. It was no harm.
Yep. So that means that I can keep my healing progress from last time, which is 4 out of 6. So
Wonderful.
how many did I get? I got 5 or 6?
5.
So does that like recycle? Like I add 2, clear, and then add 3?
So when you hit it,
Mhm.
it's gone.
Well, one of the harms is gone. I'm just wondering if
Bleeding
this
and
counts
blasted.
towards the next harm. Right?
He
Is
has,
it
he
just
has
one
2
harm?
level 2 harms.
No, it's remove all. Yeah, it's remove all harm.
Oh,
when your healing
nice.
clock is filled, remove all harm.
Yeah,
Amazing.
you remove all harm. Yeah.
Oh, love that. All right. I'm no longer blasted or bleeding.
Hey, look at that.
Amazing.
Graves looks as close to impressed as could be, given how short a time he's known you, Mordecai.
Incredible.
Yeah, I'm gonna basically like Praxis is like waiting outside of the. Why does it keep doing this?
Why does it keep doing this?
It's very annoying. Anyway, like Praxis is like waiting outside of the room while Graves sees Mordecai, and like basically as soon as Graves is done,
Yeah.
Praxis is like, "We have time for one more."
Yeah, Graves walks out with a lollipop in hand. Huh.
I accept.
Come on in.
Marvelous. All right, so I just roll 2d6.
Danny will roll it, actually.
Oh, Danny will roll it? Okay.
It's his doctoring ability.
Big money, no whammies.
Just 1 6 this time.
Okay. Just a single 6.
Single 6.
So that is 3 segments.
That's okay. That's enough to fill up my clock.
Hey, look at that. Remove all that harm.
Amazing.
Look at us.
Look at you.
All right. Dr. Mordecai, is there anything that you want fetched or taken to or communicated at the brothel? I think I may be making my way there this afternoon.
Oh, I was thinking about going back to working under Carrie, but I feel like the more I'm gone, the happier she'll be.
If I know Carrie, with what I've learned of you, I think you might be right.
Yeah. I think I'm fine. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Graves pops in with his lollipop and just goes, "Yeah, you can stay."
well, if you have Graves' permission, you don't even need mine. I'm off.
Beautiful. Yes. Here. And he gives you a lollipop.
Oh, thank you.
I have so many of these.
Gotta use them up.
Yup.
Yeah, I'm gonna head to the brothel.
Wonderful.
Indulge vice.
I had a feeling that's what you were going to do. It has been cleaned up now. Dr. Carey is no longer scrambling. So you have free reign, my friend, of the brothel.
I take full advantage.
Give me
Is
that.
this a place where I might be able to join you and also engage in my own vice to de-stress, Johnny?
If you get into any violent acts in this brothel, Graves, I shall have your hands.
Yeah, it's not really
I'll
a
cut
place
them
for
off
that.
myself.
Fine. But I'll stay close by.
Very well. Feel free to join in if you feel so inclined. In any case, Okay, what do I roll?
Your lowest attribute rating.
Lowest attribute rating. That's right.
So I think that is your insight,
Which is
just
one.
die. Yep.
Okay. 5.
Hey, clear 5 stress.
Amazing.
That's pretty good. That's
Yeah.
pretty good. Graves, you were looking for a fight ring of some sort, I'm assuming.
Yeah, ideally not too far from where Lido is having fun.
For sure, for sure. Let's see. Fun twists on this one. This one, you find one tonight's special attraction is you get these like long poles and with like concrete weights on the end of each of them, and you're standing on a raised platform.
Ooh,
With distance
fun.
between you and the other person, and you're trying to knock them off. Oh, it's like a floating platform, obviously, because it's sci-fi.
Yeah.
So it's just like a hovering platform, and you also have to like deal with the balancing issue then too.
Oh, so the platform kind of wobbles
Yeah.
as we move on it because
Exactly.
it's not perfectly supported. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm gonna do some jumping around and stuff to test that out. See if I
For
can
sure.
throw the other guy.
For sure.
Takes me back to
What is my
Saturdays
opponent
watching
like?
reruns of American Gladiators.
Your opponent is not a Ramdin, but they're a very, very bulky, big human. So like pretty decent challenge.
Finally.
Finally, a real fight.
My friend, it is time to indulge your vice. Either insight or resolve is your lowest. Is just a single dice.
Okay, so one. Let's see, one dice. One.
Just one strap.
I really needed to clear more stress than that. Can I spend a cred? Is there any way to just like indulge more?
You can spend a cred to indulge a vice again, essentially. Yeah, there isn't a tier system with indulging a vice, so you're just
Mm-hmm.
doing it again.
Okay. Yeah, I'll spend that cred.
Yeah, this time your opponent is actually somehow even bigger than the opponent you just fought.
Okay, this is a happy day. All right, 1d6. Come on. Stress is everything in this game. 3.
Okay, hey. What are we looking at for stress now?
Okay, we're back down to 3 stress total.
Not bad. Not bad.
Yep.
I think that's both your downtime actions, though. Well, actually, no. You have one more because you spent a cred to do an extra one.
Well, didn't it cost me a downtime action to see Dr. Mordecai?
Oh, and to recover. Apologize.
Because it's not his. Yeah.
Correct.
We're not going to
Yep.
burden the doctor with all the downtime recovery. It's like I just got to heal
Well,
everybody
we
every
are going to
time.
burden him with all of the downtime recovery, which is
Yeah.
I also need it.
I'm just saying he needs his own personal life too.
All right. Dr. Mordecai Nevin also needs to work on gears.
He's like trying to leave the ship, and Gear's like, "Wait."
Oh, I have time for you. Come see me in my office.
Yeah, I got a 3-week-old concussion.
Oh, looks like you're stunned and very exhausted.
That is true. It's been hard to sleep. Yeah, I keep slipping into a coma.
Let me see if I can't. Let me see if I can't fix that. And he pulls out a Milwaukee hammer drill.
What?
All right.
I don't know what that is.
5.
Okay. That level 1 harm is going to go away.
I have two of a level 1 and level 2.
The level 2 will not go away.
Okay.
You're going to add 3 to your healing clock. But when you recover at all, level 1 harms go away.
Oh, I did not know that. So I'm not as tired. Still mildly concussed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have to see me again, but I gave you some things that should help in the meantime. And also, here's this. He gives you a lollipop.
Wow, thanks. Can I just spend? Should I just spend a second time to get this figured out?
To recover again.
That is your call.
Yeah, I'm tired of this thing being on me. So the lollipop is the second. It's the second attempt.
Okay.
He laced the lollipop with ibuprofen.
I don't think that would help with concussion. But
And I
whatever.
think you still have one more than yeah.
No, that's two. Because 2 recovery, right?
But you're spending
then-
a cred to do it.
I didn't say that.
No. He said
Oh,
he
you're
just
spending.
spent
Sorry, you're
his-
spending your second.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Perfect.
sorry.
Okay, I'm tracking.
That's
now.
my bad.
I got a 6.
Hey,
Wow.
look at that.
Rocks on these recovery rolls.
Fill out that healing clock, put it back, and get rid of that stunt.
Now,
Yeah.
We
now when I
needed a
take my own,
boss.
now when I take my own
Boss.
downtime activity, I'm gonna roll like shit.
Yeah, exactly. What,
Yeah, you are.
what is Dr. Mordecai doing? I think we've gotten through everybody's, but Dr. Mordecai
Oh,
is
actually,
so busy.
I do want to spend a cred to get another
Okay.
action. I'm very sorry.
You're good.
I do want to indulge my vice. So
I
he
was
gets
looking at that. Okay.
yeah, he gets healed up and he's like, all right, thanks, Doc. And he goes straight to the casino.
Straight to the casino. This is
It's been too long. He's just like holding a wall, just like a column in the casino. I've missed you.
this hollow 5-card stud tonight.
Ooh. Nice. Let me sit down. Let's do this. What do I roll with again?
Your lowest attribute, you have 2 in both prowess and resolve. So give me 2 dice.
Nice.
Helps to be rounded out, friends.
You know, connecting with the way, it's a big journey. Okay. So I can pick either die?
It's the
What do I
highest
roll?
dice.
Oh, it's the highest?
Highest dice.
Okay. All right.
That'd be real nice. That sounds like a cool ability to have. Being able to pick either die.
I really wish I could have picked either die. I am
That is
out
a
of
really cool
I am
ability.
I overindulged.
Yay!
I rolled a 6. I had 5 stress. This is ridiculous.
You barely see that.
Ah,
Like,
I love it. So, do you want to reduce your stash by 4? And if you can't or won't, the crew gets 2 debt. That's a rash action. You can do big talk and brag about your exploits, but you're going to gain 2 heat
We do not want that.
in Rin. Or your character goes away for some time.
Gears doesn't want to be away from his ship, so that's not a possibility.
Maybe you take the ship. Maybe you strand everyone else.
oh my god!
Come on.
Oh my god!
That screws you a little too hard. Actually, I'm going to do the heat one. Gears has a little too many free cocktails at the table
Yep.
and starts talking it up. We're the best professionals.
We just stole a governor.
I don't know if he goes that far, but he's like, we didn't do anything.
That is the type of thing to be so outlandish that no one would believe it. Plus, the
Yeah, you know
governor
what? He
continues
does say
to
it. He
function,
gets
and
that
they're
drunk.
like,
we just stole
Yeah.
the governor.
That's what I was
And-
gonna say. Like, I feel like, yeah, you would say that, and no one would believe you. But there might
I
be
look
some
up and
people that
just
are
see
like,
the governor giving an address on the hologram, like
Yep.
news, and they're just like,
This
what is
guy's
that
an
on?
idiot.
exactly.
We stole that guy. They're like, guy's been hitting the death sticks.
We get these types all the time.
All right,
There's
friends.
a guy next to me who's just like, yeah, we stole him too.
Yeah, brother. We
I
just
was
got done stealing.
there.
We just got done stealing the governor. Also, crazy
It was
wild
so
night.
funny. That was. We're both telling the truth. We stole a clone. That's someone else put
God.
there.
That would be a twist. Some drunk group of mercenaries stole it before you.
Whoa. The layers.
So I still have Mordecai still has his 2 downtime
His
activities.
downtime actions. Yes. What are you doing?
I had a question. So we got rid of the nanites that were in Praxis's body, but is there still like some? But we still like found like some evidence of like a gap in his memory, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's likely that he was just drugged and therefore couldn't remember
Just
whatever
drugged.
was happening during the
Yeah.
operation.
But I
Yeah.
mean, that's just an assumption. What do you want to do with that?
Yeah, is there somewhere I had stated that Mordecai took some blood samples and like during his physical. Is there any way that Mordecai can spend like some time looking more closely in that, like maybe in his office, and just maybe figuring out exactly like if there were like drugs in his system, or if just taking a deeper look at what he has, especially after looking at Praxis again a second time.
Yeah, for sure.
Recovery.
I mean, this doesn't sound like any downtime action to me. It sounds like maybe you're about to roll an action.
Okay.
Is there an interesting consequence for this, though?
Is there more I could learn if I turn it into like a long-term project?
A long-term project. Yeah, I think I'd want to know a bit. I was going to ask you that as well too. Like, what is your end goal? What are you trying to get out of this? Because I feel like just like, are there drugs in the blood? Is something you could easily accomplish with an action.
Also, the answer is yes.
The answer is yes, but you know what I mean. Like, I felt like more of the question was like, yeah,
is like specifically what kind of drugs in the blood, and if I can use that information to then learn more about
to track down. Okay, all right. So I think then the long-term project is find out what happened to Lido, to Praxis.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make that a 8-segment clock, because the faction you are going up against is a very strong faction.
Okay.
What are you using?
Yeah, I think study makes a lot of sense here.
I love it. I think we're looking at. Oh, you just roll it. Okay. There's no effect end position.
A 4.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say then with a 4, you obviously are able to find that there are drugs in the system, and you narrow it down to a group of about, we'll say like 2 to 3 drugs.
Okay.
And at this point, you're going to need to start cross-referencing, like, who would have access to these drugs? How am I going to now find who did this?
Okay. Cool. And just real quick, because we got to be finishing up here. His last downtime activity is going to be indulging vice.
Okay.
And which is luxury. And Dr. Mordecai has this thing where he'll like go around and like do like fittings, like suit fittings, and then be like, actually, I've just not decided on this one. Or he'll like set up like cake tastings and say, oh, my wife had to stay home sick, and like do that. And so he's experiencing the luxurious life as cheap as possible.
Yeah, I really hope Praxis finds out about this, because he would love it.
That's so funny.
My lowest attribute, which is just a 1 and 2. I was hoping for more.
Clear 2 stress. Wonderful. That's all of your downtime actions. I have one last scene before we end this episode. And that is at some point during this whole shebang. Gears, you get a call from your dad. Bring, bring, bring.
All right, what's up, Pops?
Hey, Gears, how you doing over there? Let me see you. What are you doing right now?
I'm standing in front of the camera, Pops.
I can't see you. It's just like a close-up of his chest.
Yeah, you're not holding. What do you want, Pops? Just lift the camera up.
He puts it like over his head. It's like a top-down angle, like he's like looking up at it.
All right,
there we go. I can see you now.
Yeah, glad you're still not wearing pants at home. What's up? What did you need?
Just been calling around. Have you heard from Slice at all? Ain't nobody heard from him in like a couple weeks. Want to see if you talk to him at all.
What do you mean? Who's running the scrapyard?
No one. That's why I'm trying to get a hold of him.
Slice wouldn't leave it unattended.
That's why I'm calling to see if you talked to him at all.
I have not heard from him.
All right, that's all I wanted to know. Bye. Beep.
Okay. I look out for like APBs for wait, I forgot what Slice's real name is.
Jesus is Lord.
Jesus is Lord Ganymede. Oh, Pontifius.
Pontifius.
Yeah. Pontifius Ganymede. I look up for any like APVs or like news articles for
Yeah.
Pontifius Ganymede.
I'm gonna say that you find one. So it's like a scene. It's like the camera is like of you like searching for this APB, and you find it. You find that a couple weeks ago, he was arrested and taken to Isotropa Max Secure. And the scene cuts to like a long view of the scrapyard, and as we zoom in, the lights are out. There's just like a beep, 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 red warning, and then the scene ends. And we will see you next week.
I got my cousin.
Oh boy, there's some things we got to talk about. I mean, you're gonna have to. I'll wait till next episode to introduce this mechanic. I think it's gonna be so fun. Thank you so much for listening. We will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Pete.
And for those on Twitch, we will be back at the half hour. We'll be back at the half hour.
Mere moments.
In but mere moments, we will be back. Thanks so much. We'll see you in a few.
Bye-bye. Test.
What is good? What is good? What is good? And what is evil?
Coffee is good, and the lack of coffee for too long is evil.
Agreed. I agree.
I actually went sans caffeine for several weeks.
Wow. Congratulations.
Ooh,
How did that
tell
feel?
us about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody always talks about how like, oh, you give something up and your life changes. One second, sorry.
I gotta go drink some coffee.
And then you got to shut your door.
Hang on, I gotta go drink some coffee.
They're always like, you give up caffeine, you give up alcohol, you do whatever, you give up salts and fat foods, and you're gonna be great. I did all of that for like 3 weeks. I didn't feel any different.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really,
Did
for
you
a
even have
while, I
initial
felt
withdrawal?
Awful. Yeah,
Okay.
for a while I felt terrible,
Okay.
mostly because of the caffeine
Yeah.
Yep.
and the withdrawals. But now I just drink it like strategically. Like I have like at most a half cup with like half the amount of coffee I would have added before.
Sure.
Yeah.
So it's just like if I really need it, I have a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't feel better.
Okay.
It's a little bit more effective when I use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that's nice. There was a whole summer that I was vegan for.
And how did that
Oh.
go?
It actually went really well. We were doing Whole30 at the time, I think. And so it just kind of like it kind of worked to do it at the same time.
I mean, were you already on Whole30 for a while before you cut out meat?
I had been vegan for a bit, and then we did Whole30.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Yep.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say vegan is a tall order to jump straight to.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't. Well, so my sister-in-law Mia was a vegan at that point. and we had just watched, I don't know, one. It was that summer that like 18 like vegan documentaries were released. Do you remember that summer?
The summer of vegan documentaries.
Yeah, it was the summer of vegan documentaries. And I remember just being like, you know what, like that kind of scared me a little bit. Let's try it. And I did feel better. I think I felt it was hard. A lot of the work went into like making sure like I still got all the nutrients I needed from like other sources. But like I was still working out at the same time, and like I don't know, I felt better. I used to have like a ton of warts on like my hands and a bunch on my face, and like cutting out salt got rid of like all of them.
That I've never even heard of in my life. That is
it was wild. I went to multiple dermatologists to see if they could deal with it, and they just kept coming back. And then the summer of like doing Whole30 and vegan and like cutting out salt, summer of vegans. You remember that summer? Healed my warts.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like an unlocked memory for me. I remember Wartgate for you.
Yeah. I used to have a ton, and it made me really embarrassed. But like, there were a bunch on like my face, and I couldn't deal with them because you can't use the like same things that you use for your hands on your face because it burns. That's a fun fact. So like the best ones I found are the like there's like it's like a formula, and you just like brush it on, and then it like chemically like basically ices over, and you can just keep doing it. Eventually the skin peels and you just peel it off. And you can't do that on your face. It hurts a lot. So there's that fun fact for that.
I forget if I've said anything about this on the show, but when I did the modified Whole30, it like cleared up anxiety like within 2 weeks.
For sure.
Like a ton, and my energy leveled out instead of having as much of a crash in the afternoons after lunch, which was super helpful because I was working second shift. So I would go on to my security guard shift and like put on uniform and be ready. And then like from like 3 to 5 p.m. just be like, I want to nap, but I need to be alert.
Yeah.
Like, it was just so distressing.
Jesus. It sounds miserable.
Yeah. So I would occasionally try to nap to pregame, and that would help. But when we tried the diet, I was like, oh, this is better. I'm a fool.
It's true. Yeah, I don't want to be the type of person who like is like, oh yeah, you should diet, because I don't think that's the right answer. I've been around
not for everybody. Not for everybody.
Been around toxic. Well, I think there's a more holistic way to approach it, because I've been around people who just are like trying one diet to one diet to one diet, and that's literally all they talk about. And
yeah, if dieting becomes your identity, maybe we have other concerns.
Well, I think that a lot of the improvement, like the like wider life improvements that people get, is not from like the specific fad diet that they are trying. It's that they are properly nutritioning their bodies for like the first time, because it makes you more aware of what you are eating.
Yep.
And I do that on its own, so I don't think I'm gonna see like a huge like life quality difference
for sure, because
I've balanced my diet my entire life. Like, and I still also probably eat too much or eat too much unhealthy stuff, but I get the other stuff as well. So it's like, I'm probably not going to see like a huge difference.
Yeah.
But, you know, more power to you if you do. It's just you probably shouldn't buy into any one diet fad too much.
Sure. It's all about just conscious eating and being aware of what you're putting in and respecting your body enough to like make changes when you need to.
Any slight iteration or modification of a previous diet fad will yield similar results and get wow factor, like you said, from the people who previously were just doing whatever and needed a change. Yeah, because it spirals in around like general nutrition, like you're saying.
Oh man, have you guys tried that diet where you just eat ice cubes?
Love it.
Love it. I felt so different after doing that one. Not better.
I was hospitalized.
Just different.
I felt different, all right.
I was literally starving. Well, yeah, no, I just like statements like that, or like people like, when you're so broke on the second week after a paycheck and you eat ice soup or whatever, and it's like, first of all, you're never too broke for ramen. That's a fact.
It's true. Yeah. It's true.
Like, ramen is cheaper than water at this point.
Yeah. So like,
and it definitely will be in the next 20 years.
And like, Yeah, I don't know, just knowledge of like navigating that realm of like cuisine where it's like it's not easy, but like some knowledge about it can help.
Yep. Canned sardines and hot sauce plus rice.
What do you think your characters eat in this future sci-fi setting?
Besides
Space
metal.
crabs.
Wait,
You
what
say
was that?
what?
Space crabs.
Good
Yeah,
callback.
that's right.
That was a good callback. Good
Oh,
callback.
good. I heard face scraps.
I
was
heard
like,
face scraps too, and I was like,
Face scraps.
"Ew, Johnny."
Scraps of the faces of our enemies.
Ew.
What do you guys? Where are you guys?
You were all. Yeah, no,
Where do
you're
you
all
think we get all that
cannibals.
heat from? Come on, guys.
I'm gonna add that as a what is it?
A
As
vice.
a reputation. A reputation. Oh, Vice would be funny too.
Professionalism,
Cannibalism.
professionalism, and cannibalism are our crew's
Oh, eat some
reputations.
faces, Johnny.
They take these
Uh,
very seriously, but they have a tendency toward eating people.
Towards eating. They're very professional, but they will eat you after.
I
We'll
like
be
to
well
play, or I like to think that for Gears, it's very much like, I think it's a direction I could have gone in with my relationship to food if I wasn't born into like a Chinese family, where like he just forgets to eat for long stretches of time, and like just. I mean, and that does happen to me occasionally, but like for him, it's like there's no counterbalance of like being in a culture of loving food and knowing food and being very familiar with it. It's just like doesn't eat for a while and then is like, oh god, I gotta eat something. It's like going and getting food or something like that.
You do say that, and it does feel like Gears. Like this is not me saying to do it. This is just me saying like, oh, like you that comment and like other things like the neurodivergency, and I wonder if like the ship is his hyper focus.
Yeah, 100%.
So like when he just like gets into the ship, like he's there. Like he's not thinking of literally anything else except for the ship.
I recently got to know somebody who, and my wife is sometimes like this to an extent, but like doesn't experience hunger hardly ever.
Interesting.
And in his case, it was the extreme case, actually. Like, he just never has experienced hunger and so had to, like, practice and train from a young age to just keep regularity, you know, just for its own sake for energy management.
That is so interesting.
And there were stints during, like, finals week of college or whatever where he would forget and he would just go for way too long and faint, just drop. And, like, you gotta eat. So,
Wow.
and hydrate.
I have OCD, so I get hyper focused on things sometimes, and like I because of the OCD, like I can't allow myself to stop, and so like I'll go entire days sometimes without eating just because I can't. Like whatever I'm focusing on feels more important than food, and I might feel hungry, but I won't eat.
Yeah, for sure. That is so.
Yeah.
I love this little insight into some of your heads. This is fun.
Well, that's what tabletop games are all about.
Yeah, I kind of feel that
slowly revealing everything wrong with you.
I kind of feel that, Johnny. I feel like sometimes, like especially if I'm like working a double, or like doing a task, like what you were saying, I almost take it as like oh wow, I accomplished this whole thing or did this whole shift of work and I didn't eat at all. Wow, what an accomplishment. That's like skewed way of like looking at it. That's not good at all.
No, that's the capitalist. Don't you shut the capitalist voice up. That's bad for you.
Make those stakeholders proud. Look what I did.
Wow.
I didn't take a break today, work dad.
Right?
Work dad.
Did I get a good grade in kissing boots?
So I think Mordecai, for most of like the days during the week, he'll eat like the 15-cent ramen bags, but he makes sure to fit into his budget at least once every 2 weeks, like a seat at like at least a 1 Michelin star restaurant of whatever system he's in.
Okay.
He goes there to make sure that he gets at least
some sort of fancy meal.
Love it. Every now and then.
I love it. That's wonderful. Well, I think we don't obviously have to zoom in onto what exactly your characters are eating at every moment. Same with how obviously your characters have gone to the restroom at some point. Just because we don't focus on it doesn't mean they haven't gone to the restroom.
Max hasn't.
He hasn't. He has. That's his cyber augmentation. He's just gotten rid of his bladder. just not there anymore.
So his muscles are slowly atrophying with all the poison that is just leaking into them.
Leaking into his system. But last time we had, I mean, really just the fallout and what you guys decided to do after easily one of the most harrowing jobs you've had. I think it's one of those jobs where you've been in more stressful situations. I think for me, the stress of this job was going up against House Malcleave. Like, if it came out that you guys did this, that would have been terrible. You know what I mean? Like, there would have been a target on your back immediately.
Yeah, like war level status with a powerful entity.
I might have just bumped them up to at war with you. Unless you did, but then there's some fun stuff, like maybe you throw the Bornico Syndicate under the bus. Maybe there's that alternate universe where you did that instead. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things that you can do to avoid that sort of thing. But I think that was at least for me always hanging over the head of this job of like, what if they get caught? So
yeah, no, I think that was hanging over all of our heads. Actually, you say that there were more stressful situations, and that might be true to the audience, or to a viewer,
or like I think from like a camera viewpoint.
Yeah.
Right, like there wasn't anything crazy that happened in that job, but it was very stressful because you're worried you're going to get caught the entire time.
The entire time, literally the law, like the government, is who we're fighting.
Yeah, that was good. That was good stuff. Very good stuff.
The only close comparison of stress for me as a player was probably like when we're at the bottom of a giant, I forget what it's called, shaft with like a whole bunch of stuff falling down it. Like
I was thinking about that job as well too. That was a very stressful job as well. But that's what I mean. Like,
and all the Romdens that I had to like try to save
from the camera viewpoint, that job was very stressful.
Yeah,
and you don't get as much of that in that last job, but it was also very stressful in a different way.
Yeah.
We got through all the downtime stuff. I think one of you got an advancement, and you didn't get a crew advancement, but you did find out that Slice has been arrested.
Yay! We need to help Slice.
Potentially. I mean, it's going to be up to you guys to decide what you want to do. There's also, we're going to open though on probably perhaps Gears. I would imagine the rest of you kind of filter in and out of the ship as needed, but Gears probably spends a lot of his time on the ship and only goes out to gamble. So Gears, you're maybe fiddling around with the engine one day and the TV's on in the background and the hegemonic news network comes on. And there's a lady. She's wearing, a nice dress. It says, this just in. It appears that the gate between Rin and Holt has been taken over by the Maelstrom. More on this later. As it stands right now, the gate is controlled. They are threatening to turn off the gate forever, but have allowed some bribes and fees to allow ships to pass through. The House Malcleave is creating a task force now to see if they are able to take it back. More on this as the situation develops.
Oh, no. Isn't that our only gate out of the system?
It is not the only gate out of the system. Oh. You could get to Iota from here.
The other system we're wanted in. Yes.
Yes, good times.
A great comfort.
So, there is that. And I think now we're just going to open it up to free play until it starts to feel like you guys are landing in on a job that you want to do.
Great. Where is... So, Slice is in Isotropic Max Secure, right? Mm-hmm. And that is in what system?
I don't think there is a system for it, so we got to make one.
Just sort of floats around imprisoning folks.
So I think what we described last time is they have these giant freighters that go around and pick up prisoners, but then bring them back to Isotropic Max Secure, which I think is a more stationary floating.
I think it'd be fun if Isotropic Max Secure is itself also always floating, and like is not stationary, and the only way to find the actual station is to be on one of the freighters that have a specific isolated signal.
That's pretty fun.
Okay. Yeah, just
That's
make it way
pretty
harder.
fun.
Thank you.
That's
That is
pretty
pretty.
fun,
That is
Johnny.
pretty cool. That's
I
pretty
love
cool.
that
It's
a
really
lot.
cool.
I love that a lot.
I
I
can't
know
deny
it.
that it's really cool.
That's very, very cool. It is in Breck. So you could theoretically get to it if you wanted to. You'd have to go from Rin to Iota, and then from Iota to Breck.
Okay. I have a different idea.
I should say it is in Breck currently. I'm glad Johnny's.
I will call a meeting with the crew, and I guess Mordecai can come.
I guess.
Oh, you're still here.
One of our
I guess
1099 freelancers. I guess you can join us.
come along, I suppose. All right, Praxis Graves. I had received unfortunate news. Too. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Maelstrom took over the Rin and
The gate between Rin and Holt.
the Rin and Holt gate. They took that over.
Do you have a name?
That's not good.
It does not.
I think they just call it the Rin-Holt Gate.
Okay.
Yep.
Rin Holt gate.
Yep.
Renault Gate.
So they took that over. If we try to pass through that way, which we don't necessarily have to, we could go around. They're gonna charge us probably bribes or something else, and also they don't like us, so we probably just shouldn't mess with that.
I mean, I will say you've also got dark hyperspace lanes.
we could finally use
I
those.
see those. It's true.
We could also use some of our dark hyperspace lane maps, but we'll get to that later. The more important one, I have recently discovered that my cousin Slice is in jail, and specifically is in the main isotropic max secure prison, which I think is currently in Breck. I would like to rescue him, but also I think we can make it a little bit easier because of
so?
our friends at the Bornico. I think a prisoner transfer order, which comes down from the top in Malcleath. You know, maybe they ask for him for some sort of, I don't know, like they're investigating something. They need him. Send him over to House Malcleath, and then we get him on the way. Or maybe we
interesting.
let him go over to House Malcleath. I haven't decided.
It's pretty good.
Well, I mean, it seems important to you. I'm in.
Yeah, it is deeply.
We must
Okay.
save our own kin.
All right. Thank you.
Is that the plan? Go back to the Bornico Syndicate? Bornico
Yeah, we're gonna go try to meet with Yatu. We will call ahead and schedule something.
Just in case there's a French girl situation going on.
Yes.
I didn't expect to hear from you much sooner than this.
Unfortunately, we need to call in a little bit of a favor. Earlier than we thought we would. Would it be possible for you to use the governor to request a prisoner transfer?
I think this. I think I'm gonna roll a fortune die. And I am going to use, instead of your crew quality, which is 1, I'm going to use your connection, which is at a 2. I'm going to use roll with 2 dice.
How fun.
Yeah. I think that
So
makes sense.
nice.
So 3 dice total. Hmm. Well, unfortunately, you did ask for that favor to get your name cleared. I suppose that we could do this. The problem is that we are trying to be careful with how many things we are doing as the governor, so as not to alert anyone else. We have some things that we need to do. But if it means this much to you, perhaps you owe us another favor. We'll call you on a job and you'll just need to do it for us.
All right, we can do that.
What if? Yes. No. Forget what I was going to say. We'll do that.
All right. We appreciate that. Just give us a timeline of when you're planning on having that happen, and the details of whatever the governor receives, and he will go missing.
Will do. Just so I'm clear, your plan is to hit them while they're doing this prisoner transfer?
That is correct.
Wonderful. All right. I will see what I bring up for you.
Thank you.
Much appreciated, Yatu.
No, thank you.
All right.
Wow. Being criminals is so cool. If your friends get arrested, you can just break them out.
I think, is that why people become criminals?
Is that why people do this?
Is that why to break their friends out of prison?
I don't know that we would break everyone we know out. Just to be clear, Mordecai, you get yourself arrested.
Oh,
Don't expect this to happen.
oh, no, I fully understand that none of you consider me a friend.
I wouldn't go
And
that
I'm just
far.
really excited for this opportunity. Huh? Oh. Lovers?
No. that's
Wouldn't
not
go
what I'm
that far.
Changing directions, triangulating. Which way should I go and how far?
That meme, calculating.
Yeah.
He overcompensated the other direction. I bring it back a little bit.
I'm not a worthless worm. I'm not a lover. What am I?
What am I?
Why?
There's a very wide range of experiences in between those.
It's giving intern.
It's 100% an saying for sure.
I'm simply saying none of us know you particularly well, but you've proven yourself trustworthy thus far. So I wouldn't say you're not a friend. You're just not a break them out of isotrope but make secure friend. Yet.
Yeah, they also already hate us, to be clear.
Oh no.
Yes, if they know you're associated with us and you get arrested, you're probably not going to live the night.
Well,
Or you'll
Maybe
be thrown into the deepest, darkest hole that they have, which is probably what happened to Slice, which is why I don't want to mess around with their main facility at all.
Indubitably.
Now, you have not picked a job yet. And I feel it is my duty as your friend to warn you about what will happen if you pick this job.
Go on.
Give us your duty.
That was
sounds
it.
like war.
If you pick this job, you will be going against Isotropa Max Secure, which will, at the end of this job, put them at war with you.
And that's true mechanically, regardless of outcome, right?
It's true.
If we
Regardless
pull
of
off
how,
the smoothest job,
it does not matter.
they will go down to -3 in status with us.
Hmm.
Well, let
That feels-
I mean, look, we can always play around with things. We can always play around with things. I will say this. I will say, you know what? I'm not gonna stake a claim at the top. I will say, most likely.
Yeah, there's a real sense of consequence. Yeah.
And
What
I
if-
think, and I'm sharing that because I think your characters would know that. You've gone up against Isotropic Max too many times now. You know that almost certainly this will make you a target, a specific target of Isotropic Max security.
What if we waited for the handoff to finish and then went on House Malcleith? Like they hand off, we're not attacking Isotropic Max Secure anymore, and we just attack.
So we
House
let them
Malcleith.
complete the prisoner transfer, and then we steal the prisoner from different faction entirely.
Yes, get Isotrope a little bit more off of our trail.
Gears, there's this
I like
trend
that
of
thinking.
you guys having fantastic ideas.
Yeah, that's kind of an ideas guy, I suppose. I don't know.
I mean,
I'm not an ideas guy.
We know, but it's okay, Graves.
They're
You
all
have
about
a-
execution.
Handsome Graves.
We need different personalities. It's important. What was God saying?
that's fun to me. I love that idea.
All right, good.
I think it is at this point. I think I need to say then explicitly that even though you've replaced the governor with a clone that is controlled by the Bornico Syndicate, House Malcleith is still a faction that can still take actions against you.
Yeah,
For sure.
Right?
Yeah,
so
no,
even
we can
there's
still get lower. We will still get lower with them,
exactly,
and we can't just get.
and there's it's going to be harder. It's not going to just be a quick like, hey, Yatu, you want to like clear that? Like,
Yeah, well, it says making peace is a long-term project, and the flavor might be that we're working with Yatu, but
for
like,
sure,
it's still a long-term project.
Yep,
Doesn't
yep.
change anything.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I just
and
wanted
as
to
you
make
pointed
that
out last
explicit.
episode, there's still plenty of people within Malcleith, besides the governor, who
Even Aaron.
do and can have beef with us.
Yep, exactly.
Who definitely
Exact-
do.
exactly. But I love that idea. Let the prisoner transfer happen and then try and steal them before he goes wherever he's going to go after that.
Yep.
Oh, that's fun. That's pretty fun. Well, then I think that really changes where this is going to go down. They are meeting you. So a couple days later, Yatu messages you. And it details that there is going to be a prisoner transfer. The prisoner transfer is going to happen outside, right outside of the Rin Ecliptus gate.
Of course.
Ecliptus is closer towards the core worlds. And as a part of this prisoner transfer, you find out that Slice has been deemed an enemy of the hegemony and to be locked up for stealing sensitive jump ship documents. And he is to be, if he is to leave this sector, the Procyon sector, he is to be put into a max secure core world adjacent prison.
Of course.
Jeez. So if I'm understanding what he's in trouble for correctly,
Mm-hmm.
we're not the ones who got him in trouble. He got himself in trouble. Right? Because I don't think we had him do anything that was like related to that. Even if it's an extension of their hatred of us that they chose to arrest him, like he didn't
Yes.
do that for us, did he?
I will leave that open for now. And perhaps it
Okay,
will-
I mean, other players, did any of you ask him to do that?
No.
Okay.
No,
yeah.
I can see the openness
face
though.
looked
Like,
like
there
he
may be some
definitely-
way in which
The flip is that I did that.
Okay.
That is
Okay.
something I have done. I don't know
Ah.
if he's taking the heat for me.
okay.
Or that was put onto him.
Gotcha. That's what I was trying to sort, because I was trying to sort out like Praxis might, if he got in trouble for something that serious that was not in any way any of our faults, like there
Mhm.
might be an argument to like maybe we don't do this. But
Like if he legitimately did that, you'd be like, well, can't help you.
Yeah.
For sure. No. As Nick has revealed, it is something that is a part of his backstory, and I've been waiting to find a way to bring it in here. Is that he has stolen an experimental jump hyperdrive, and just by Slice
Right.
being connected to you and Gear is now taking the fall for that.
Rough. That's real rough.
Yeah, kind of sucks.
So I guess that's revealed to the crew, or at least the crew that
Yeah.
is here.
Yeah. Do you say
Yeah.
Do you say anything about that?
I mean, Praxis. Johnny said Praxis would have been like, hey, if he did that, why are we?
Yeah.
I assume. I don't know. Yeah.
It sounds like he did some serious things that might put us on the wrong side of professional. I know he's your cousin, but maybe we should just let him rot for what he's done.
I mean, there's no way he did that. It's probably just like falsified. We just he almost certainly got caught up in.
There's no way it's probably falsified. It feels like you're not telling us something. Yes. Do you know that he didn't do this?
I do,
Oh,
because I did.
good.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like we shouldn't look at this as a job and more just as Gears needing to help his cousin.
That is a good point, Mordecai. Thank you for that. You do not have a voice here though, so shut up.
Oh, sorry.
Graves looks completely unfazed by the revelation that you did something and that your cousin's in jail for it.
Yeah. So when I was in school, things were not going great. Was not enjoying it. I was going to join the Starsmiths Guild, and there was, I went to go visit one of my professors to ask about something. Well, he's really an advisor, and he would left his office. It was empty, but right on his desktop there was a very interesting looking set of schematics. And
Couldn't keep your fingers out of the cookie jar.
they were very interesting, and I plan on upgrading the Montressor with them at some point. But
Oh, good.
yeah,
Shouldn't draw attention. Wonderful.
well, it doesn't matter if they work the way I think they do. It won't matter if we draw more attention, a little more,
All
and
right,
we'll
well,
be able to get around a lot faster. Like
that's great.
way faster.
Why haven't you done it so far?
I have not had time. Our ship is constantly in shambles. Or I am, and I then do not have time
Fair enough.
to work on it.
You haven't denied me the chance to help my kin. I won't deny yours.
To be fair, Graves, there's almost always been money in it for us when we've helped your kind.
You just choose that over. It's like gnawing on a wrench. You recognize it from your toolbox.
God damn it.
I mean, I think this is one of those jobs where you can look for maybe ways on the job to make some cred.
Yeah. There's a possibility if this does take us close to the core worlds that we will end up going against some of my own kin. If that happens, well, I don't know what I'll do.
Well, there's a balance of priorities. I understand that, but I'd like to, we just maybe don't let them get to the core worlds, and then keep it safe from there. Keep it tight,
Of course. Keep it tight. So, are we going to go on the dark lanes?
I do think that would be best. I think it's going to give us the best chance to cut them off.
And Maelstrom doesn't particularly like us, so bribing them might not be as easy as it should be.
That is also true. I will set a course.
All right.
Marvelous.
I think as a part of this, Yatu would also be able to pass on some information about this.
Cool.
Excellent.
This is huge. Not huge, but this is in the hegemony's mind a high value target. So they are sparing no expense when it comes to this. It is a prison ship designed specifically for one person. However, all of the cells have a hard light version of that single prisoner, meaning that there are hundreds of copies, and you'll need to figure out what is the real one.
Awesome.
And obviously, the prisoner is bound, cannot move. As an added precaution, there are what are called hunter-seeker assassin drones that are hovering, pointed at all times at the prisoner. Any movement out of that containment will send this swarm flying into the prisoner. That is the security that you see.
You call them hunter seeker wasps?
Assassin drones.
Assassin drones. Cool.
Yes. If it is not, I will explicitly say what is inside of them will not just knock them unconscious. It will kill the prisoner.
Why aren't they just killing me? What the hell?
So, are the drones surrounding all of the decoys as well, or do we just need to find the?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is a complete hard light fabrication.
What a waste of finances.
Actually, no. Let's ramp it up even more. The drones are real in all of the hard light.
So yeah. So even if we find a hard light version, we're not safe because the drones are real.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
And-
That's so cool.
Are the hard lights decoys controlled from central control on the ship?
Perhaps you spend some time gathering some information.
Well, information.
Yes.
I can assist with that.
Yeah.
Or I can lead that. Maybe that's better.
I mean, either way. I mean, if we're assuming that we're on Warren during our gathering information stage, then I don't think it really. I have ways I can do it just as effectively as you could on Warren.
That's fair. Then I will.
What was the exact question again?
I think I'll do a setup for that then. I'll study some stuff so you have some things to ask about.
Okay.
And then you can do your deal.
Yeah. The specific question I was asking is: are the hard light drones connected or controlled via central
yes.
control on the ship?
Yes. Yep. Wonderful.
So I will do a setup of study.
Okay.
Any perhaps some effect and position for me?
Yes. It's controlled, and we'll say the effect is standard.
Okay. Then I'll just roll it straight. A 5.
Okay. So then with that setup, so you'll get increased position or effect.
Yeah, cool. That's for you, Johnny.
Great. I think it'd be relatively easy for Praxis to find someone here on Warren who works in any number of positions in Isotropic Max Secure who'd be able to answer questions about decoys.
Okay.
And so I would use my connections to basically find them at a bar and just ply them with drinks until it seems like they'll answer questions.
Okay. I like that.
Cool. Yeah, so I mean we're drinking away. I was so tell me, I've heard that you use hard light decoys when you have a particularly important prisoner. Now, are those all controlled from the same place, or do they function completely independently of one another? I'm fascinated by this.
Give me that action roll.
Sway.
All right.
Or actually,
I think-
consort, I think, makes more sense. In this
I think you
particular-
just roll. There's no position or effect.
Okay.
Oh wait, no.
Spinning.
I don't think there is. Hang on. Hold.
Okay.
Hold. Engagement remote planning. Here we go. No. Why do I not have this in there? She answers honestly with 11 of detail. No, I guess I do give you a position and effect.
Okay.
It's so you can re-roll it if it's
Okay.
not what you're hoping for. But I will say, or maybe it's very confusing. Is it just has I answer based on the effect, and it's set up in a way that makes it seem like depending on what you roll, like a 1 to 3 is limited effect, 4 to 5 is standard.
Oh, sure.
6
Yeah.
is great.
So, like the quality of the information that I get from the question I guess,
Depends on
would
your
just
roll.
be-
Yeah. I think that's how I'm going to treat it until I can.
And then, what do I get from the setup roll that Nick did? What's the
A greater
what's the-
effect. Greater effect.
Okay.
So whatever it is, we'll say it has greater effect. I like
Okay. Yeah. So I'm sticking with consort for the roll. And then let me re-roll because I don't even remember what I actually rolled. I moved my
That's totally
dice
fine.
when
That's totally
it's kind of confusing. So, okay. So what's the position in effect then? For a
irrelevant.
okay. 5.
Okay. It's going to be increased effects. It's going to be great effect. You're going to get exceptional details.
Excellent.
It's complete, and follow-up questions may expand into related areas or reveal more than you hoped for
Oh.
from your follow-up questions. Yeah, you found out about the hard light system, yeah? Well, we've got, excuse me. I helped design it a little bit. Didn't design the whole thing, but designed parts of it. If I remember right, I think there's 3 consoles throughout the ship that control the hard light. Yeah, there's three consoles.
Okay. And those 3 consoles. So in order to control all of the hard light decoys, all 3 of those consoles would need to be affected. There's no. Oh, that makes sense.
Mhm. Yep, that's right. Don't. Sorry, what?
Oh no, I heard that. Is it true that you also use assassin drones on some of your transport ships?
Yep, absolutely. Those though are not hard light; they're real.
Oh, are those controlled from the same consoles?
No, that's a remote thing. Back on
Interesting.
HQ, Isotropic Max Secure HQ.
How would the drones respond to the hard light disappearing?
Well, it's not physical movement; it's light. So
It's true.
I don't tell anyone this, but there is a back door. It makes it a little easier. You can connect 2 of the points together if you can do that. Do your little, computer thingy. Why am I telling you this? Get another beer over here.
Please bring the man another beer. A whole pitcher. Yes.
And
It's been very interesting. And just as a precaution, Justin, before I part ways with this guy,
yes.
I am going to push myself and
Oh.
touch him on the shoulder and say, I think it's
Ah,
important that you forget this entire conversation ever happened.
using your new
my
side dancing
side dancing.
ability. I love it. Okay, so you're pushing your stress yourself, so you're marking that
Mhm.
stress. You can mark an additional stress to activate those other features if you'd like.
Yeah, so I'm marking 3 stress basically. I'm not
Okay.
really trying to convince him of anything. I'm just trying to make him not remember this, essentially.
I understand. So, what I'd like to point out, are you marking one of the like additional features?
Yeah, so one of the additional features is that they have only vague memories
Okay.
of the event. And so that's what I'm going for. And so I'm
Perfect.
marking the 3 stress to be able to do that.
Perfect. Just wanted to make sure, because obviously if you don't mark that stress, they will have pretty decent memories of
Yeah.
the event of you making them forget. So he has vague memories of you making him forget. I don't even think I'm going to make you, well, no, and sway. So I'm going to need that action roll.
Good thing that's one of my good ones.
I think the position is controlled, and I'll say the effect is standard.
Amazing.
It's about as good as you can get it.
Yeah, I got a 6.
Great.
I'm 6.
Yeah.
He just starts downing more beer, and eventually he just blacks out on the table.
Yeah, I go back to the ship and I relay everything he told me to the crew.
Wonderful.
Yeah, which is basically just information regarding the hard light decoys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And that the drones are controlled at a central location. Like they're not controlled by anything on the ship that we'll have access to.
Okay. I'm wondering if it would at all be helpful. I was thinking about it. I don't know if this would be a gather information, but like if Mordecai was able to dig and find some information that would help differentiate the actual slice from all the decoys. Like maybe he'll revert to like his notes and some textbooks from his time in the collude. Maybe there's a class about like this study of, like humans and other.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if that's the sort of thing that might be better handled by like a flashback in the job.
Yeah.
Because like we know there's a hard light system. We know these drones. How exactly does it work before we get there? Definitely seems like a gather information. That might be something that you just do in the job.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, if you're asking now, I'll let you have it.
That's what I was going to ask. Is kind of like mechanically, if we have the foresight to prep, it should be less stress, which is why flashbacks cost stress. Right?
What I want to avoid is like we just go down the line for like 30 minutes and you guys are prepping. That's what I want to avoid. But I will honor your question, and then at some point I might be like, no more. You gotta just engage. So your question is, can I find a way to determine what's hard light and what's not?
Yeah, and
Sure.
I guess in the fiction, the methodology that Mordecai would use would be to like go back to like the notes he took from his time studying at the collude.
For sure.
He still has, and
for sure, absolutely. I think even just like your understanding of the human body would definitely help with this. So, what are you doing in order to? What action do you think you're using, essentially?
I think study.
Okay.
Definitely makes the most sense here.
Yeah, I like study. I think doctor would have made sense too, but study works as well. Give me a roll.
Is there no position effect? Is this the?
Oh, I do set the position. Okay. Do I set the effect though? It's very confusing in this. I think the position is controlled too.
Okay. I got a 6.
I think that is definitely this thing I'm still figuring out especially with gathered information. Like, what's an action roll? What's a fortune roll? Because it does say if it's not common knowledge, but there's no obstacle, a simple fortune roll determines the quality of the information you gather. I almost wonder if that makes more sense in this. Because I don't like he would have notes. He is a doctor.
Yeah.
It's
So
just a matter.
of,
It's just a matter of like, can he recall that specific information and or find
Yeah.
that specific
or even
information?
or even like did he even like
Take a
take a
class?
course
Yeah,
that-
exactly.
handle that?
Yeah, I think maybe a fortune roll might actually be a
Fortune
little
roll?
more
Okay.
appropriate here.
Yeah.
So, you get a dice. I'm gonna give you a dice because you're a doctor. Anything else you think is important here? Any other major advantages you think? I'll give you a dice for your crew rating too. I think that makes sense.
Cool.
3 dice sound good to you?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay. I also rolled 6.
Nice.
So, that's helpful. You remember that you could modify one of your doctor tools, one of your sensors and scanners, to read specifically for a like one note, right? Like one like reading that would tell you if something is hard light or if it's real. The problem is that it's very close range. So you have to be there reading it.
Okay. Regardless, yeah, Mordecai will present that to his current employers.
That's a huge help, actually. Thank you, Doctor.
Glad to be of service. Once again, just really want to thank you for this opportunity and taking me on. I'm glad to help you with your cousin, and I just
Quiet.
sorry.
Yes, too many words. But Gear said thank you to you. You're practically friends already.
Oh my god, this is exciting.
Just turns Cox's head to slowly to Thorn.
Praxis is like he's got that look on his face so you can tell he's very intentionally trying not to smirk.
Justin,
Yes.
I know we want to jump into action.
I think we need to.
I never get to prep anything though. I've never prepped anything in my life.
Let the man prep.
Let the man prep. Let him cook.
After this,
Let the three of us prep, but not the goat.
Somebody's racist.
I am demanding that we move straight into planning.
Yeah.
There will be
Okay.
no more in-character talking. We are moving straight to planning, and we are going to get to the action. What do you
Well, I
want?
had 3 more prep things I wanted to do.
Nope.
Yeah, so I have a bunch of weapons. I would like to retrofit Zarathustra
Okay.
so that instead of having detonators that it launches, I'd like to just have a bunch of like sleeping gas canisters.
That sounds like a long-term project, and I'm going to cut that down.
All right.
But hey, next time we get to downtime.
Can I start a clock or something, or is that like not even mechanically possible
Space
here?
crabs.
You have no more downtime actions, my friend.
Very well.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. I'll call somebody later.
Instead of Zarathustra, it's gonna be called Zararesta because you're making him
Yeah.
sleep.
Zara siesta.
There's siesta.
Take a nap, baby.
All right, my friends. It is time to pick your plan. You have assault, deception, infiltration, mystic, social, and transport.
I think we should do this one for Graves. Go assault.
Oh, assault.
Just
Every fiber of my being says that this is a bad idea. But let's throw the old boy a bone. Graves, what do you say? Assault?
Excellent.
can barely contain himself.
I love
Finalists.
Now he's the one standing with his hips back in a weird position.
Oh. These assault ones are so fun.
Have we ever done an assault?
You have. The
Mhm.
only other assault one was when you went to rescue the Ramdens who were being
Oh
experimented
yes,
on.
yeah.
That was another assault. And that was also, in my mind, one of the highlight scenes of this entire campaign of you two, like you all falling down that shaft of fans. Incredible scene. So I can't wait to see what happens in this. What is the point of attack?
Your mother.
I think we're going.
Sounds great. K Nita is there. And-
I think we're going to.
I literally thought I was muted.
That's hilarious.
Perfect.
Our point of assault. We're gonna fly up to him and using his somewhat insider knowledge of jump
Okay.
drives. We're going as they're gonna try to jump to the core worlds using the gate. We're gonna jump over them, like
The leapfrog.
not like a basically just like flying over them and like mess with the harmonics of their jump drive so that they can't connect to the gate, and then we're gonna board them and try to.
So this is all going to be in hyperspace?
I hope so. Yeah.
Hell yeah!
So fucking cool.
Hell yeah! Oh my god! That's fun. That's so fun.
Man, I wish Havoc were here.
Wow.
Me too.
I feel like any damage
Yeah,
you
for this
successfully
particular-
do
Yeah.
in hyperspace is kind of amplified.
Oh, we're gonna find out.
We're finding out.
We're gonna find out what's gonna happen. I
Yeah,
love
any sort of like
this
impact
so
damage in hyperspace would for sure be.
Right?
This is so cool. Now my hips are in a weird position.
Huh?
We should,
They don't need to be. Your waist is below the camera. Look,
we should
No one can see.
Yeah, you should just sit more comfortably. Yeah.
All right.
definitely.
Your point of attack is as they jump into hyperspace, hoping that gets you a little unseen and allows you a moment of advantage to board and just straight out kill people and steal slice in hyperspace on the way to the core worlds. All
Amazing.
right. This is incredible. A dice for sheer luck. I have to say that this is definitely bold and daring. If I said no to that, I would expect you to tar and feather me.
I
Yep.
do.
I'm setting my load to heavy, just so you know.
Oh yes, we'll
Oh,
yes,
for
good
sure.
call. Good call. Heavy load around.
Oh yeah.
No
Okay.
load.
Okay, good.
Just not bringing
I
anything.
can't even carry my clothes.
Not even bringing his medical gear. He's bringing nothing with him.
Nothing.
I just thought I would
goddamn
shadow
thing.
you guys for the day.
I really want to thank you guys for the opportunity to shadow, to observe everything that you're going to be.
We're just like shooting people.
Why are you naked, Dr. Nevin?
What is going on?
Doc, did you forget your spacesuit?
Reset your gambits back down to 2 in your armor if you checked it last time, which I think Praxis did. All right,
I had my special
so,
armor pack. Yeah.
so now you can unmark that and use it again.
Cool.
1 die for sheer luck. This is definitely bold or daring. Is it overly complex or contingent, though?
It's
I think it depends.
I actually don't. Yeah, I don't think it is.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
gonna say, like,
I
I
don't
think
think
it
it
depends on how myopic you want to get on like the minutia of what needs to happen within the plan, but it's pretty straight down the middle.
I do. I think overall it is pretty straight down the middle.
I think it's one of the good old bing bang boom type of plans, you know?
one of the
Get in, you get out.
Bang, bang, boom. He says, "What?" You say, "Pow!" Done.
Done.
I don't think it exposes a vulnerability of your target. I
No.
do think a straight up assault though is something Isotropic Max would be prepared for.
Sure.
We're not doing
So-
Ultra Tripping Max. but I think.
Oh,
Malcolm
Malcleith
is also
Yeah.
ready for it,
Yeah,
so-
I think either
Malcleith
way,
is still pretty prepared for it.
Yeah.
prisoner transport of this nature, I think, would be something that they would be prepared for a straight assault. So,
Yeah.
I will take a die away for that. I will give you a die back though, because you used a contact to avoid aid or insight in this operation, leveraging that friends with benefits.
Love those.
Any enemies or rivals interfering in the operation? I don't think so. I don't think straight up.
Thank God.
Especially because like the last 3 jobs, we've had at least one rival.
Literally.
Yeah.
Multiple in most of them.
I don't think so. Any other elements I'd like to consider? You are a 2 tiers under House Malcleith, so I am going to take a die away from that.
It's fair.
I am going to give you that second die back, though,
Whoa.
because I think by using the hyperspace lanes and jumping in at the moment that they jump is a really clever use of your dark hyperspace lanes and avoids them seeing you coming, right? And like assaulting like in front of the gate. I think that's a really clever use of that. So I'm going to give you that die back. So I have 2 dice here.
That's
Who
like the
has
most
not-
we've ever rolled with.
It's up there. It's up there. Who has not rolled yet? Has anyone not
don't think
rolled
I've
an
rolled yet.
engagement roll?
I don't think
Damn.
I've rolled engagement.
I
either.
think I'm the only one who's rolled the engagement roll, and then I rolled really well, and then you were like, "I don't have to
Very
do
good.
it
Stop
every
letting us
time,"
do
and
it.
started
I will give this one to Nick.
What?
Nick, you may roll 2 dice. Tell me what the highest result is.
Do it, Nick.
Come on.
He's just gonna see who out of the 4 of us rolls the worst, and he's gonna only let that person roll.
No,
from now on.
I'm gonna be honest. I wanna let you all have a chance to roll it. I'll get back to Johnny.
Rolled 2 dice. One was a 1. One was a 6. We
Hey, there
Actually,
it
the cards.
Very funny. It's the same 2 dice that I had the fun fact about before our last episode. And last episode, I rolled a 6 and a 1 with them. So I guess they're just loaded. I don't know.
Incredible.
The new fun fact is that they're loaded.
is. Fun fact is that they're loaded. Fun fact, they're loaded.
Yeah, that's actually just a fact out there. Like if you look it up, the dice that came with the 4E starter set just are loaded.
Are
Just
loaded.
They only have
accidentally.
1s and 6s on them.
It reminds me of the good old
Even the
Eldorado
D20s,
scene.
only 1s and 6s.
There's 10 6s. No, there's actually 19 6s and 1 1. And
There's a 16.
so on and so forth. Moving on.
That is a good result. You are in a controlled position when the
Look
action
at
starts.
So dope.
That's
Oh, can you
pretty
crit
good.
succeed on the engagement roll?
You can crit succeed.
Wow,
in
that was our
engagement
first
roll.
opportunity to, and I'm very sorry that I did.
I think you just don't have to do the job. You just complete it.
No,
automatically.
so the critical is that you are starting with an exceptional result and you've already overcome the first obstacle and you're in a controlled position for the next obstacle.
Wow.
So,
So like the first obstacle would be like entry.
Doing
Yeah.
this hyperspace maneuver.
yeah, it could be one or the other, right? Like depending on how we wanted to do it. I think I do think the first obstacle is this hyperspace maneuver.
Cool.
But you're gonna
Yeah, 'cause
be
it's roll worthy. Yeah.
it's absolutely roll worthy. Using a dark hyperspace lane, there are way beasties all throughout there. Only the official hyperspace lanes are like mystics are like helping like keep way things out. So it's definitely risky for sure, but not mechanically. You are in a controlled position for this. You are watching from like far away. You've got your sensors working, so you can see that this isotropic max secure ship comes up. A small transport ship then leaves the isotropic max secure and docks with House Malcleith, who is going to take this prisoner to the core worlds. And then the transport ship comes back, isotropic max secure leaves, and you can see that House Malcleith is getting ready to make the hyperspace jump to the core worlds.
And right as the perfect time, it's all about timing. It's all
Yep.
about getting everything right down to a T.
Yep.
And we
You're like,
swoop in just as they start to like
Yep.
extend out and shoot off into space.
Yeah.
yep.
And we take them into the dark hyperspace lanes.
In my head too, I almost see like you being like some planets away with this sensor, and that
Yep.
you're taking the dark hyperspace lane right to the edge and then jumping with them as they go.
So we kind of like come in above them almost like a ghost
Yep,
and then take them lower.
as they go. All right, who is going to do something? Who is piloting?
I'm helming the ship 100%.
Okay,
I really wish.
Havoc, we're here.
Yep.
Havoc.
You
Okay.
can't, man. You're gonna tell Havoc you did this. He's gonna be so angry.
Nick is upset, but Gears is happy that Havoc is not here to destroy his ship.
Right. No, imagine how much
what a-
damage the ship would have had after this.
What
roll.
action do you think this is?
I'm helming straight up.
Okay. Like I said, you're in a controlled position, and I will say that you will have a standard effect.
Okay.
You will jump right above this as they jump and go with them as
How many dice do you get?
2.
Two? Use a gambit.
All right.
it's maybe a good time to use that gambit.
I
will
would
use a
like to
gambit.
also help.
Okay.
How do you help?
If we can. I was thinking like there've been plenty of times that Praxis has co-piloted for for
Yeah.
Havoc. And so he hops in the co-pilot chair. It's just like, tell me whatever you need me to do.
No, for sure. I totally get that. Yep. Makes
Pay
sense. to me.
attention to that telemetry.
Tell me when it gets to
All right. All right, cool. So I'm rolling with 4 dice, which kind of makes me feel like I should trade for some more effect. I don't know.
I mean,
Or do I trade for effect, or do I just stress myself for effect? Let's trade for effect. Let's make it risky.
risky,
Oh my god.
And
But-
great effect, right?
great effect.
Yeah.
Just keep a great effect.
Can I trade again?
You absolutely
Is that
Can you trade
possible?
dice like that?
it is. I would like for you to tell me what that greater than great effect is.
I think the desperate nature is that in the very last moment, Gears realizes that like dragging them into the dark hyperspace lane, he could like make them skim the edge of real space and basically damage the shit out of their ship
Yep.
while he's doing it.
Yeah.
And that is the extra effect, the greater than great effect. Like their ship is damaged, they're completely thrown off.
Maybe mechanically for us, it would take out like the part of the ship that contains one of those 3 consoles.
Oh, that's fun. I accept.
All right.
I accept.
So I do get a prowess experience because I went up to desperate. Okay, baby. Come on. Six. Just 1 6.
Amazing.
I was very worried.
You should be, because I mean, you bring it up to desperate, and I'm like, oh man, I'd be better roll higher than a 5, otherwise it's gonna be bad. Your gambling has paid off today, Nick.
Yeah, it's difficult because like I'm gambling, so I don't know if that counts for. Well, in this case, it kind of counts for Gears because it's like
I think it counts for
It
Gears
feels
too.
like a gamble Gears is making.
yeah,
Absolutely,
he's putting it
absolutely, absolutely.
Sorry, we'll save that XP for later.
Absolutely.
Especially because I feel like there's a moment where like Gears is like, all right, do this, this, and this. And Praxis is just like, is that strictly necessary?
No, but it'd be awesome. And just drive the ship into the edge of real space.
I think we see a scene of like the 4 of you up in the cockpit, like watching the console, watching Gears and Praxis go to work. And we almost get like a Steven Sodenheim, like the different boxes of like what they're all pressing. You know what I mean? Like pulling levers. And...
Imagining 3 very stressed looking human faces, and Graves just like,
Exactly.
And the alarm goes off, so you hit the button, and we cut to the House Malcleith ship approaching the jump gate. It starts to power up, and zoom, 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 and the front starts to go into it, and we like slow down as we see it sort of enter hyperspace and get compacted as it just shoots through the jump gate. And right before it does that, there's a boom as you take this illegal hyperspace lane and jump in right at the moment that they jump from this gate. And that force of you using your jump knocks the front of their ship up a little bit from within hyperspace, and the front of it just is like outside in real space and gets damaged as like a chunk of it just goes flying off into real space, and it rights itself.
All right, see, it was awesome. We're getting on the ship.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And
This is the most excited you've seen Graves in a while. This type of approach.
yeah, so we're like in hyperspace. We like are
Mhm.
above them, and we
Yep.
dock and we like clamp on, and we are we're gonna try to get in their ship.
This is so cool. This is so cool.
I'm rooting for us.
I hope so.
I am too. I am too.
More than ever, though.
Against us.
It's a cool factor, you know?
Yeah, I think yeah, I mean, I think it's locked. I think it's probably locked.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
Find ship repair tools.
Yeah.
And break them open.
What action?
We're rigging.
You're rigging.
Rigging.
Yeah, I think it's risky, and we'll say standard effect. You'll open this up.
Okie dokie. I'm just rolling it.
Noise.
Stupid. 6.
Hey, look at that. Add a gambit.
Hey,
Nice.
you got that gambit back.
You open it up, and none of is the wiser currently that you are there.
Yeah, because there's probably like a klaxon alarm going off, but they think it's just because they had some sort of jump issue.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
we're doing
Yep.
pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
let's-
First things first, we go to the remaining consoles.
and try to turn off the drones. Let's do it.
So it won't affect the drones. It'll affect the decoys.
Mm.
Oh,
Cool.
did I have that backwards?
Correct.
I
The
apologize.
drones are something that are controlled back in Isotropic Max
Oh, I
HQ.
thought it was the reverse.
Yeah,
I don't know how I backed that up. All right. Anyways,
That doesn't mean you can't affect it somehow, but I think now we're in the flashback territory of
yeah,
how did you do
Mhm.
that?
all right. We're going to where we know one of the consoles is.
You pull up, maybe you've got some sort of schematic from Yatu. I'm comfortable with you saying that. You can see that one of the I'll just give it to you. You were desperate and you had greater than great effect. There was one at the front of the ship, and it is now broken.
Yes. We will take that.
Nice.
Awesome.
And so you go to the one of the remaining two. I mean, up until now, it's been pretty infiltratey and not very assaulty. So that's not me saying bad on you for being sneaky instead of just coming in guns blazing. But I'd like to know, are you trying to conceal yourselves as you make your way to this console?
No, we're moving as fast as possible.
Okay.
I
That-
picture Graves leading on point as far as like once we've
Oh, yeah.
entered and are just going to muscle through.
Mhm.
Yep.
If I need a group action, that's fine. But like, I don't think we're making any attempt at stealth. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I just wanted clarity on that. You make your way to one of the councils. The door opens. There are about a half dozen House Malcleith guards in here that see you. What do you do?
Start firing.
Absolutely.
Start
Yeah. I
blast-
mean, do we want a group action like Guardians of the Galaxy slow-mo shot through this?
that's
like-
pretty great.
Yeah.
Because I think it'd be fun.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
I pull out 2 blaster pistols.
We've probably shoved a gun in Mordecai's hand.
Yeah.
Like, be useful.
Uh,
No healing. Just puts a gun in your hand.
I signed an oath.
Do
Yeah,
no
I'm pretty sure
harm
you've already
unless
broken
Grace
that.
tells you to.
So the door opens. You just start blasting. It sounds like Graves is leading this group action. I would like a action from you, Graves. For
Yeah.
you to roll.
Does it matter for this action, like which of my weapons I use?
If you're using one,
Like
please,
a group
please
action roll.
tell me. And if
Yeah.
you all have weapons, you'll need to have marked that off of
Yeah.
your loadout.
Okay. Because I'm gonna use Zme, a fine flamethrower.
Whoa!
We out here committing war crimes, baby.
Love it. Love it. What action do you think that is?
I mean, I forget what the word
Scrap.
is. Hold on, let me get over
Scrap?
to it. Yeah, it's scribbity scrap.
Scrap.
Scribbity scrapping. Let's go.
Yeah,
I
so
love
I've
it.
got 3 in that. Just want to make sure that I've read any mechanical benefit because I knew I wanted the narrative component of the flamethrower, but let me just
Yeah.
make sure I understand. So I'll mark 2 load for the flamethrower.
Please do.
For times when you really need things to heat up, settings for regular and extra crispy. Not easy to hide. That makes sense. Not trying. Attacks cover the area of a small room and
Yep.
leave distinct scorch marks that may result in additional heat. Sorry.
Mhm.
Applications when getting shot may include fuel tanks rupturing.
Wow.
What sweet decals or
bad.
marks does it have? I'm definitely going to say it's got some like goat horns on it.
Ah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, no other special mechanical benefit. It's just whatever we think narratively applies.
And I will say that the position of this is, I'll say it's risky still, but I think the effect is great.
Yes.
So, obviously, Graves' weapon matters a lot, especially in the context of which one he's using.
Mhm.
But what does everybody else use? I'm just curious. I got 2 blaster pistols, dual wielding.
Praxis has a blaster pistol in one hand and a sword in the other.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah. Mordecai found a blaster pistol in the ship in a box labeled Havoc. So he's just using that.
He's just clearly having Scott.
Do you doctors really not have any like?
Walked into a
No.
room labeled Havoc and found a box labeled
they
Havoc.
do, but
Picked up
that's,
a gun that says Havoc.
I don't think
on it.
Mordecai fictionally would own a blaster pistol for any reason.
I understand. So yeah, it's one of the. I gotcha. It's one of the basic items, but you're
Mhm.
just saying it's Havoc's because Dr. Nevin doesn't have any.
And I'm going to. So I'm guessing we're all just gonna be rolling scrap.
you are all rolling scrap.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's a
But I'm
group roll. yeah.
Going.
Yep.
I am going to use the Stitches starting ability. I'm a doctor, not a. To
Okay.
use my doctor rating instead, and I think
Oh.
is and I think the reason for that being is his older brother and father in Shemaiah.
Yeah.
You know, they've taken Mordecai on like various like hunting trips.
Sure.
Although Mordecai hated that. And so yeah.
I think even to just like having your ability to like know the human body as well too.
Yeah.
Like if I hit
doesn't want-
if I hit this person here, they'll crumple.
Yeah, but not die.
Sure, for sure. And maybe that's the thing. You're not trying to kill people.
Yeah. He'll do that to someone and then right away Graves just sets them on fire. He's like, oh damn it.
I was just gonna say, like, I'm imagining like Mordecai's like doing all these non-lethal shots and like Gears and Praxis are just like, oh, that's a loose end. Just
Headshot.
Damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not a mercenary.
But immediately puts several holes into people.
All right. I would like for all of you to roll scrap, please.
Yeah.
Not one
If
I don't think we need to
Anybody-
adjust position or effect or anything like that. But
Well, what are we
Yeah,
at?
it's
We're at
getting
risky
great.
and great.
We're
Yeah.
taking the highest die amongst all of you. However, anybody who rolls a 1 to 3 as their highest is going to deal stress to Graves.
I did roll a 3.
okay. All right.
2-5.
4.
Okay.
6.
Hey. Okay.
Nice.
So with a 6.
What? I also suffer from my own dice that hit 1 through 3.
No, it's just if your highest is a 1 to 3.
Oh, right. Okay.
So any locked in die that is a 1 to 3.
Yep.
Yeah, and I was only rolling 1, and it was a 3.
Okay, so I took a stress for him, and nobody else. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, I rolled a 4,
Yes.
so you're good.
It's not bad. Getting
That's
one
not
stress from a group
bad.
action is not bad.
At all. Add a gambit to your crew as above.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
So below.
Oh,
That's so below.
I added it.
I read that and I
Makes-
realized
makes
that doesn't make any sense. That's just like what it says. It's like saying like because then you do it with a critical, you
I
also have a
almost
gambit.
looked
So
up
it's
when
like
you said that. I was like,
as
as
above,
above,
so
so below.
below.
Such as it is unto you, so also shall it be unto me.
You roast this entire room.
boom, roasted.
Have you guys seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
yeah.
The end with the flamethrower.
Yeah.
Or in the middle of the movie. Is there any way we can do it? Can we do anything about that heat? It's a
And-
flamethrower.
And as the flame dies out, you see the charred remains of the 6 Malcleet guards in here. The room is yours.
Dear God.
I don't think he's here. Anyways, and I start hacking into the computer with my fine hacking rig.
Yeah, what is your intent? What are you trying to do with it?
So I figure we need to like get to each of the consoles to like turn off the holograms. So I will try to hack into this one, turn off this state. I don't know if like each console was like in charge of a certain portion of.
So he did say, and I would have relayed this, that we could daisy chain 2 of the consoles. So you could finish the whole process right here.
I will do that then. Yeah, so I will use my fine hacking rig
Yeah.
and my hacking skill.
Okay. I think it's risky, and I think we're looking at limited effect, and it is your fine hacking tools that let you have that.
Okay. And I will. What will I do?
Yeah, because I asked some questions about whether or not things could be done, and not any questions about how.
All fine. All fine.
That's what the job is for. You know how to plan every detail.
I'm stressing. Gonna push myself for more effect.
Okay. Standard effect. Okay.
Yeah. I will, and I'm at risky currently.
You're at risky. Risky standard now.
Okay, I will spend a gambit to roll 3 die.
Okay.
Hope that's okay with everyone. And yeah, risky standard. 3 die. So we're down here. Yeah. 5.
Okay.
Which means I'm probably gonna have to resist a circumstance.
Potentially. There is a subroutine. And
I wish it was a Dom routine.
there's a subroutine, and it's basically like auxiliary power. So if you shut it down, you're on a time frame now to get down there and get him out. Otherwise, it'll come back up.
Yeah, I'll roll to resist that.
Okay.
What am I rolling?
Yeah, I think in this case, it's resolve.
All right, that's 2. Six.
Oh,
So no stress for me.
Amazing.
Whoa, nice.
It comes up and Gears is just like he's already on top of it. He's typing with
He's
2
there.
keyboards at this point.
He's there. He's got it.
Even though
locked.
that's not, I as a programmer, I have to stress that is not how hacking works. Typing faster does not help anything.
Oh,
he
but
starts
it
at one corner and
does.
just has to pull out a second
Realistically,
one.
it
I
would,
was
he
gonna
would
say,
be like,
he just busts out 2 Bluetooth number pads and he's just going.
Okay, to be very clear, in real life, he would just go, crap, and he would press a different button, like F something, like some subroutine he already wrote, and it would just not be a problem anymore. That would be the entire thing. But it looks cooler if you're typing really fast.
It does look much cooler if you're typing very
Just
fast.
shredding.
Yeah. It's also just he just pulls out a guitar. It's great. He's just like playing Guitar Hero.
Wonderful. Well then, yes, I think you daisy chain both of these consoles together and turn it off, and it's on a level like above the main floor where you can see all the hard light versions of Slice. They like all power down, and you see the last cell in the middle has Slice in it. You still have to get past all the hunter assassin drones.
It would be the
Secret hunter
middle.
secret, but
We have to get past
That-
all Hunter Assassin drones.
They are,
Or
and
all
just
the
ones
cells
that he's-
they're still there.
Right, I know that they're still there, but are they? Is it like we have to walk through every cell now, or we could
Well,
just
so
walk
now,
to...
now essentially, it is just a big open floor, right? So like
Is
it was a
all the cells
it was-
opened.
it was a big floor, and all of the cells were hard light constructions.
Oh.
Oh, so like the whole
Except-
cell.
Oh,
The
okay.
cells
Not like
themselves.
at all.
Yes.
So it's really just
now,
one big like where it's like the
it's like a
toilet
big
bowl.
warehouse floor filled with secret hunter assassin drones, and in the very middle is Slice.
You guys are familiar with the
Hmm.
Dashcon ball pit? It's like that.
Huh?
Look it up.
Yeah, exactly
Um,
like that. I don't know
yeah.
what he's talking about.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know what he's talking
Somebody's gonna
I-
get that joke, and it's gonna be funny.
about.
I have an idea. You will see if you can find a way around the drones. I'm going to go see a man about some drones, and I'm gonna start rushing towards the bridge.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I love it. I love it when chaos happens and people split up.
Gears, I have this bioscanner here that I told you about, the one that could recognize, people. If there's some way you can like do a little hacky action to like kind of use it and hack into the drones and trick them into thinking that we're hard like decoys. Gears, hello, Gears.
I'm sorry. I was practice ran off. I was what were you doing?
You're just looking at Praxis running away.
Well, he's like confused. Anyways, what do you? What are you
I was
drones?
saying, remember that bioscan I was telling you about that I had that would have been helpful to identify your cousin.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any way you can use like your hacking skills to kind of maybe use this to try to trick the drones into thinking we're hard light decoys.
Won't they shoot us anyway?
Yeah, they just process movement, not organic matter.
Oh,
Yeah, they might shoot at us anyway. Sorry, buddy.
so how do we stand completely still while getting there really fast? Throw me.
Toss me.
Wait, we're still at the console, right?
Yeah.
For the hard light construction. Yes.
I
Yeah.
would like to hack it this time. Intentionally create a hard light illusion of a hallway directly to
Ooh.
Slice, so that the drones
that's
do not
really
see us.
good.
So I've already
That's
hacked it
really
once.
clever.
Now I'm gonna reprogram it.
Ooh,
That's
give me,
very
give me a
clever.
hallway.
That's very clever. I
So
love
if we have
that
to do
a
with any
lot.
drones, it's literally just the ones in his cell. Actual cell.
Every
I
turn, you guys are coming up with better solutions than Graves. Graves is like, well, of course, we just have to fight all of the drones.
We'll just run really fast. I love that. What action do you think you're using?
Hack.
That sounds right to me. I'm gonna go ahead and say that the position is still risky. I will say that because you've already hacked in previously, the effect is standard.
Nice. That's the regular roll.
This time, I will push myself for an extra die. Keep
Okay.
the standard effect.
Okay.
Stress. Okay. Five.
I was hoping you would get a 5.
Yeah.
You're playing
What is it?
around with it. And you see it down on the floor. A hallway comes up from the door entrance straight to Slice's cell. And then it flickers a little bit, and then comes back up. Flickers a little bit, comes back up and stays there.
I'm gonna roll to resist that one.
Oh, come on! Oh, come on! The tension of you like not knowing when it's gonna fall down when you're down there. All right, resist it. I think it's resolve again.
Yeah, that's fair. This time it was a 3, so I
Okay.
take 3.
Look, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I know. All right, let's get on down there.
Oh, this is so great. I think we got to cut to.
Oh wait, really,
Praxis.
really quick. The way I resist is Gears just slaps the console on the side. And it's good to go.
All right, we're good. Praxis. I don't find you having to find somebody and lie to them on the way to the console command center. So I think you get to the command center. And do you open it?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna mark my fine clothes.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm going in dressed like you would expect, like a high-ranking Malcleith official.
Yeah.
Not like a non-officer, but a high-ranking member of Malcleith to be dressed.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
You
All
seem
right, that's fine.
confused.
Well, I am. I just want to make sure I'm tracking with it, and
Mhm.
maybe I'll just say what they're gonna say when they do, and you can tell me if I'm reading the situation wrong. You open the door,
Yeah.
and the guards turn around, and you can see that there's someone in command. They're wearing, more of like in Star Wars, like the cap
Yeah.
and the white suit type look, and they all turn around and point their guns at you and say, "Who are you? How did you get on here?"
I'm an ambassador. I've been here the whole time. Do you not know who's on your manifest?
Are you using psi dancing?
Not yet.
We'll see if it's needed.
Okay. I think this is an action.
Yeah.
Tell me what
Sway.
action. Sway. I think this is a risky position. I think right now you've got no effect. There are two tiers above you.
I'll trade.
would
that. Can I
absolutely-
trade that to get effect. Right?
Sure.
Desperate and
Yep. Yep.
limited.
Desperate limited. Yeah.
Cool.
My
Double
my
sixes.
my just. Oh my gosh, Johnny.
Yeah.
Oh!
That's what we like.
What else did we expect?
So we
though? You
go
know
up
what
to
I'm saying?
standard.
So it's standard effect now.
Oh, and I get a resolve thing, right? An XP.
Yeah, you get XP.
You do. Yeah,
It's
you
desperate.
do get. Yep, you do get a desperate XP. Johnny. I
I haven't
They-
critted so far this episode. That was the moment to do it, though.
that was the moment to do it. That was about as bold of a lie as I can imagine, and it paid off. The leader kind of looks flustered for a moment, and then someone next to him pulls him down and says, there was that short blip when we entered hyperspace. We've lost the manifest. We're not entirely sure who's supposed to be here." And then the officer looks at you and says, "Oh, sorry, sir. What can we help you with today?
Of course. You're all loyal men of Malcleath, are you not?
Yes, sir.
It is important that you do two things for me then. One, you must reach to Central Command and have the drones all shut down at once. Second, you will stand, and I'm activating side dancing. You will stand in a circle and shoot the man to your right in the head.
Oh
my god!
Incredible! Incredible! Incredible. I think this is, I mean, it's obviously a sway.
Mm-hmm.
I think the position is risky, and I'm gonna say when it started at no effect last time, it's gonna start at limited effect this time.
Okay, I'm gonna trade again. And I'm marking an extra stress so that it works on the whole group.
Okay, perfect.
Praxis
So-
Thorn using Sith mind tricks.
We're looking
I'm
at
also going to use a
Nice.
gambit.
Desperate and standard, yes?
Mhm.
Okay.
Get that win, Johnny.
Double 6 again.
Oh
my
god! Moly.
I felt like rolling just to get my jitters out.
I'm on fire.
I'm just rolling over
Jeez.
here for nothing.
2 crits, one after another.
Oh my gosh.
That is the sort of high-flying science fiction explosions that we're looking for in this game.
If you're on one word straight, you have to go straight to jail.
Yeah, you can
Did not pass go. Did not get out.
It's Han Solo vibes, you know what I mean? Like I feel like
For
Han
sure.
Solo crits all the time.
for sure. He's
Yeah.
so lucky. Yeah.
That's why he never wants to be told the odds.
Never tell.
Don't tell me the
All right. There's like a cloud that goes over their mind. You see the officer type up a message, sends it to high command. And I would imagine, I love this image of like Gears and Graves and Dr. Nevin like making it down to the warehouse floor, and as soon as you open the door, all of the Seeker Hunter assassin drones just fall down to the ground, motionless.
Oh, that made that easier.
And then back in command center, this message comes back. They all pick up their weapons and turn around to their right and fire at each other.
Oh,
And I'm out.
Yeah. I feel like it's almost like a wordless scene of like you being center frame as all these characters shoot themselves around you, and then you just turn around and walk out of the command center.
Yeah. I love it. It's a beautiful scene. And then I literally am out. My stress is full.
Oh!
Oh my god!
Whoa!
Oh my god!
Hey, that was a good time. It was a good way to get out, though. All right.
so is this like a silent montage, like just music, and it's like us kind of like finishing the
think-
job and then finding Praxis like fainted or something, or like what do you
Yeah, I
think?
mean, I think fainting makes the most sense in this, right? Maybe it's something with like the
way.
side
Using the
dancing
way.
thing. Yeah, for sure.
Bounds a little bit. Using it
Yeah.
on
I
so
also
many
want
people.
to like
Yeah.
be clear that like this is literally for when we manage XP next time. I want to make it explicit that
Please, yeah.
I took this course of action because of him being obsessed with the way. Like he wanted to walk into a place and use the way, knowing that it was gonna make him like pass out,
Take
And-
himself out. I love that, and you will definitely get an XP for that when we get to it.
Cool.
For sure. I also think that you are going to
Die.
die.
And you're dead. It doesn't matter that you're getting
Die.
XP because you're dead.
You accidentally also side danced on yourself, so you were in that circle of guards.
Yeah.
Just stepped right in.
That would be an interesting failure, though.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be the worst.
Here's what I think it is. In this it sounds to me like one of the things you're doing in this is sort of like masking their emotions, right? You're suppressing their emotions so they just do what you ask them to do without thinking about the consequences of that.
Mhm.
In this, you inadvertently suppress some of your own emotions. And I would like for you to take the trauma cold.
That's exactly what I was hoping you would tell me to take.
Yes.
You have to get a jacket because you're cold, Praxis.
You have to get a jacket. And I think you do. I think you pass out.
Mhm.
I think you pass out. Let's cut to our friends on the floor.
Well, I guess Praxis took care of the drones. Quick communicator call. Praxis, thanks for dealing with that. Where you at?
Praxis,
Okay.
you get your
Mordecai.
cousin. I'll get Praxis.
Yeah, Mordecai, go with him.
Okay.
Look for his life signs. And I pick up I mean, is he bound still? I'm assuming.
Yeah, he is. So he's like basically in like I'm envisioning like in the Incredibles. You know when they've got
Oh.
those like handhold
Yeah.
things over their hands and legs, hands and arms. That's what I'm imagining.
Well, the trusty ship repair tools that I just use for everything.
There you go.
Bring them
There
out.
you go.
Rig it up.
Yeah, I think that is a controlled position at this point. Whether it's a continued control position if more guards come is another thing, but for now, I think it is a controlled position. Actually, well, yeah, I'll maybe I'll leave it up to you. You know that there are more guards coming. If you want to take your time, it'll be controlled, but you'll have to deal with the guards now in between you and getting out.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can just try and breeze through it, but that's going to be a riskier position. But you'll probably get it before the guards get there.
Okay, and my effect.
Your effect will be standard in either case.
In either case. Yep. Okay. I want to go risky.
Okay.
And let's trade up the Dustfire. Why not? Let's go for great effect.
Desperate and great effect.
Oh
Okay.
God.
Oh, because I could get us a gambit. Yeah, actually, no, I won't. I apologize.
Okay.
Keeping it risky. Keeping
Risky
it standard.
Okay.
Rolling through that.
Okay.
6.
Ha.
Okay. That gambit. You get Slice out. He is unconscious. They have obviously been torturing him. He just falls down onto your body, beaten, sweaty, exhausted.
That's a good thing that you're, so much smaller than me. As the 5-foot nothing Gears is carrying his 6-foot tall cousin.
Yeah. Where are you headed, Gears?
Straight back to the ship.
Okay, straight back to the ship. As you leave, you hear from behind you more guards coming, and they make their way into the warehouse. But you've missed them. Graves and Dr. Nevin, when you get up to the command, actually, you know what? I think there's going to be some guards. Enough time has passed that I feel like there will probably be some guards in the hallways in between you and this command center now. So you turn a corner and you see we'll say 3 guards that were running towards you, and they stop and they pull their weapons up and they look like they're about to fire.
Is there a way that before we turn the corner, Nevin can see them before Graves gets around the corner?
Oh,
Oh,
using your
And
little
Nevin-
thing that you have.
Yeah, and yes, and Nevin will say to Graves, "Graves, there's some guards around the corner." I started speaking in a British accent. What the heck? There's some guards around the corner. I'm gonna lead them the other direction. You grab your friend, and I'll meet you back at the ship.
I would like to say that Graves motions as if to like stop you, like he reaches
He'll
out,
dart,
but
and he'll dart.
you dart and
Yeah.
and so
away.
like he can't divert you from your plan before you walk into sight or run into their sight.
I was gonna make you roll, but I love that. I love splitting up. If you split up, I will. I don't want to say I'll never make you roll, but
Okay, so
We're already taking a sort of risk.
yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
You take that risk. I'm
I
happy
want
to
to
just let
divert
you
the
take it.
attention from the guards away,
Okay.
so that
Tell me what you do.
so it's just a single hallway that turns, and then it's
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
okay. So maybe around the corner that we're at, there's like a doorway that Graves can
Yeah.
just sort of hide in,
for sure.
and
For
then
sure.
Yep.
Mordecai will go. He'll jump around the corner and just start just firing off his blaster in their direction,
Okay.
and then run
Okay.
back.
Okay. I mean, what action do you think you're using there?
It's called "Our Doctor's Gonna Die" action.
Scramble makes sense. 'Cause
I-
he's not
Ooh.
firing to shoot
Sure.
them, but he's
Sure, scramble makes sense to me. I think it's risky, and I think the effect is standard, which is right now you will lead them away from Graves and give him the opportunity to get Leto.
Do it.
Yeah, I was thinking about trading, but maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. I'll stress myself for it. I'll push myself
Okay, for another die or more effect.
for more effect.
Okay, so we're at great effect.
Okay.
Which I think in this case is going to be perhaps that more guards follow after you, giving Graves plenty of time to get Leto and perhaps back to the ship. However, I think, that's going to then be potentially an extra challenge for you.
Yeah, which makes sense as to why I'm more stressed because of it.
Yep.
Okay. 2 5s, so 5.
5. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think they get a couple shots off on you. And I think you'll take the level 1 harm blaster. Singe.
This is the first time I've taken harm ever since we've started playing Scum and Villainy.
Really?
Yep.
I need to harm
Havoc took harm. Havoc has never taken harm.
That's impressive. Havoc is that really kind of fits, I feel like, with Havoc, just like
Staying back in the ship or like
not my problem. Not my problem. What y'all are up to is your own problem.
So yeah, Graves, you see run past you a wounded Mordecai, and I'm sure, depending on what Justin says, several guards follow.
Yeah, now the 3, and there's probably a couple more too as well. Probably, somewhere in like the 6 to 8 range are now chasing after Dr. Nevin. But he gets away and they're chasing him, and you've got plenty of time to get to the command center and see what's up.
All right. I book it towards where I know Thorn went.
Mm-hmm.
What do I find out?
You see an entire room of crumpled bodies, including Praxis Thorn.
Does he have, any signs of damage on him or anything like that compared to all the blasted folks?
Not from no
I imagine
blaster,
that
no blaster wounds.
I'd imagine that because of the way he went down, there's like just a trickle of blood coming out of one of his nostrils.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You see no blaster wounds, but you see, he's pushed himself past his limits.
He 11
Graves
himself.
quickly kneels down. Thorn. And he just slaps the side of your face.
Yes, my good man. Did we do it?
I'm bringing you out. He just throw you over my shoulder.
Now he has a trickle of blood and a bruise on the side of his face.
I was gonna say, you throw him over your shoulder, you feel his weight kind of slacken again, like he passes back out once you have him.
You can totally come in and out too, because remember, you can always push yourself to actually do an action.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. That's true. Unlike in Avatar Legends.
Yes.
When you're just out.
When you're just out.
Out.
Here's the thing, though. When you stand up, you're sort of looking out of the ship. You can see a massive hypercosmic storm
Oh my god!
barreling down on your location.
Why? Guys, get on the
And
ship.
you're gonna have to figure out how you deal with it next week.
This is gonna be great.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
We're doing really well.
We all die.
It's not the worst way to go.
It's not. Nick, hats off to you for just
Such a cool
a
idea.
fantastically cool idea for this job.
Thank you.
Wonderful job. Wonderful job, all of you. These were two fun episodes after too long of a break. I don't know about you. I love bombastic sci-fi action. It is just too fun. I'm like a giddy school kid. Anytime, like
I think we all were this time. I mean, Johnny
man.
throughout it was like the most accurate, like the voice from Dune use.
Yo,
Like,
so
good.
good.
Like it's like the Jedi, what the Jedi mind trick kind of wishes it could be.
Yeah,
'cause
for sure.
it was a little-
Yeah.
You don't
it was
you
pretty
don't
sick.
you don't think these aren't the droids you're looking for? Is
It's
high-
fun. I'm not saying it's not, but it doesn't have the the heat that being like, hey, kill your friend and then kill yourself does. So
wild, very wild, very good job, all of you. Let's see if you get sliced out. There's still some up in the air on whether you get out, but at the very least, we'll have to pick it up next time. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in supporting us, you can go to our Patreon, patreon.com/Dustfire Media. It is there that at any level, you can also get access to our Patreon exclusive game, The Forge. We just recorded the 4th episode of Trophy.
So fun.
We normally do 5. Danny, can I tell him?
Okay.
We're gonna do
Fine.
6. We're gonna do 6 episodes of Trophy.
we're having too much fun with Trophy.
We're having too much fun with Trophy, and we just felt like we needed 2 episodes to breathe and tell the end of these characters' stories before jumping to a new system. And so I asked Danny, I said, Danny, I'll pay you $1,000 to do an extra episode of Trophy. He said he'd do it for free. So I said, okay.
I'm very generous.
Turn it down $1,000. What a chump.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Right.
Little Steve beat.